stuff, the taste that makes you hungry for more. Enough is never enough. The stuff, taste that delivers.
Enough is never enough.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to episode 486 of Nick the Rat Radio. I am Nick the Rat. Oh, you guys are all complaining about the Twitch video stream? No, it's because I don't like to have the chat rolling before the show. You know, I want it all to be fresh, fresh. The video's got to be fresh and snappy and fresh. That's what we're here for. 486. It's a very powerful number. It's Wednesday, my dudes, 4/30/25. Wow. And, Easter is just passed. He hath risen. And guess what, everybody? The sewer pipe is here. Stacy has risen as a sewer pipe. She has cometh, backeth, the portals connecting universes on Twitch, on IRC, and on Discord are connected. Stacy has ascended, and she has laid the pipe. Now, before I tell you all about, I have a lot of stuff I have to talk about tonight. There's a lot we have to get through. I want to talk to you more about Stacy. I want to talk to you about a lot of stuff. So before I do, I'm gonna have a little drink first. Having some whiskey tonight. A little bit of whiskey. I also want to talk about the whiskey I'm going to be drinking, but I don't really know if I want to get into it just yet. Or should I get into that first? Yeah, maybe I should just get right into this whiskey right here. Wyoming whiskey, because I want to take a sip of it now. And I figured I should just talk about it right now, right? But before I get to talking about that, I got to take a hit of my pipe. These vape pens are disgusting pieces of human ability. There is a battery, a microchip, a flashlight, glass, plastic, probably springs. There's probably fucking like a bomb in here ready to blow up some Israelis or something. And they sell it to you to throw it away. Like, there's no... Like, what are they doing? What are they doing with these one-use hitters? My Dynavap is... I got it over there, I got the Dynavap sitting to the side. Ready to go, but, I just like the convenience of not having to heat it up and hit it. This is good. It's too easy. I don't even get high anymore because when you start to smoke all the time, you're just in a constant state of fucked. All right. What's it taste like? This heirloom energy bullshit one doesn't have too much of a flavor, which is good. My favorite one is Nanticoke. Nanticokes actually taste like weed. It's yeah, my pot tolerance is way gone. But anyway, let's get back to Wyoming whiskey. I had to look for it in the neighborhood. There was a place called Red's Wines and Liquors. I had to go over there. And then when I got there, I kind of was like, what was the name of that beverage I was looking for again? Was it like Virginia vodka or was it like Wisconsin whiskey? But then I found the Wyoming whiskey. I bought it, and it was like $40, $50. I don't know how much this bottle was, but looked nice. It was on the shelf. Grabbed it, brought it home. I couldn't wait for the show. I already have tasted this. But I will tell you my experience of when I opened it and everything that went with it. So I took the bottle. I like the labeling on it, and there's like a wooden cork on it, and I was like, wow, this. So then I popped it open. Now, when I first smelled it, it just smells like strong. It smells like cheap whiskey. It smells like strong, cheap whiskey. And then I was like, oh no, it's not going to be good. I'm going to have to say that I don't like this whiskey. I'm going to have to say that this whiskey is bad. And then I poured the whiskey into a cup. And then I smelled it again. And I was like, ooh, this smells, I guess, it just smells like alcohol, right? I guess that's what alcohol smells like. But it didn't smell smelled really strong. It just smelled really strong. And then I shot it down. And that's when I realized Wyoming is a great place that you probably want to live in. If everything else is like this whiskey, hoo boy. It's like it's got some burn to it, but it's like a really smooth burn. It's nice. I'll probably still stick with. I still think Maker's Mark is my favorite though. Maker's Mark, I think, is even. It's cheaper. It's a little bit cheaper. I think actually. I don't know. This is actually a pretty big bottle. This is what is this? A liter? This is a liter of Coke. And he's like, "What's the batch number on it?" So I told him it's. I think it's 1, 2, 3, or that's a 7, 2, 3. I'm not too sure. So I'm wondering if our friend in the chat took a leak in here, in this exact bottle. But yeah, it's really tasty. Throughout the night, I'll be taking a couple shots, but in between that, I'll be drinking water. I'll be drinking water from the Silver Surfer's cock. If you're watching the Twitch stream, you'll know what I'm talking about. All right. Yeah, so tonight is, I think we're halfway to Halloween right now. So we're going to have open lines for witches and warlocks. If you're a witch, like a true, we want broom riding, cat whispering, black wearing witches. And we want warlocks. We want dudes that have like big collars, big popped collars. Like glowing lights and shit coming out of places that are unspeakable. So yeah, if you are one of them, or if you have ever witnessed one of them or experienced one of these people, yes, I will say these people. I know it's we're in 2025 now. It's witches and warlocks have come a long way in society as a people. And these people are fucking weird, but we're going to find out more about them tonight, hopefully. We're going to have a lot of stuff we have to talk about. A lot about food and, yeah, and stuff like that. Anyway, let's listen to some music over here, and then we'll get into the show. We got Death Knot with Analog Sundays. Welcome back to Nick the Rat Radio, everybody. I'm Nick the Rat, and a lot to talk about tonight, still. I think maybe I'm just drunk. Nah, we do have a lot to talk about. Let's talk about how Stacy was brought back to life. It was about 8 hours of work, with about 7 hours, maybe seven or 8 hours, about around there. Which I didn't think it was going to take. I didn't think it was going to take that long. NodeBit sent me the code that he was running. NodeBit sent me the DNA of Stacy. NodeBit used to run Stacy, but I think I don't know. I think there's bots or something attacking people and out there. Not too sure. But thank you, NodeBit, for hosting Stacy for as long as you did, and for giving me the code that you wrote for her originally. So after that, I had to make a decision. Am I going to host Stacy's resurrected corpse in the sewer, or am I going to rent it out? And since people have paid me money, I had to figure out how to do this. And I decided to go this route. If anybody knows more than I do, let me know if this was a bad way of going or a decent way. I have AWS. It's free for a year. And then through AWS, I had to get Light Sale, which cost $5 a month. So currently, I'm spending about $5 a month to host Stacy's corpse. At least I hope that's all it's going to be. I hope nobody attacks my bot network thing and causes issues for me with Jeff Bezos. And if they attack, I'll just have to restart it. I hope I don't get billed. That's the only thing I'm a little worried about. But somebody did give me a lot of money in a donation the other week. So this is all test. I had to learn how to do all this. It was very interesting. Coding in a HTML window where you can't really see anything or do anything. It sucked. And then I used ChatGPT to help me get it running, and it did decently. It did pretty good at getting me running the code, ChatGPT, but of course there were errors, and it did do what like Adam Curry was saying, like it's just like, okay, well, it's time to rebuild the whole thing from the start. It does want you to go back to the start sometimes, but you could always skip along in it and get the code that you need. You kind of learn as you're going too. Learn how to open and close the window, blah, 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 and to apply the code. Then the biggest issue that I was hitting was with Twitch. I had to make a new Twitch account to get the code working with that. And then after that, bam, boom, ba-doom, boom, bam, boom, bay. Everything was working. So now Stacy is resurrected. I'm hosting it using AWS and Light Sale. And it's working so far. I feel like a dev now. I don't think I feel bad for coders out there having to work on shit like that. That was a simple little project, and it made me go nuts. It's not bad when you should get into a loop and you learn how to get the loop rotating, but learning how to get into where to look for the errors, that was a lot of work. But now that I know all that, cheers to me. Yeah, so that was like almost like a whole day of hitting with a hammer, but I got to go. And now I feel proud of my little creation here. Maybe I could expand on it. I don't know what else I could do with this Light Sail server, VPS, or AWS. There might be something else I could do. And I don't know how much this is going to cost in a year from now. And then I'll probably have to switch servers, maybe. I don't know. Like, how much is AWS at its lowest tier cost? We'll see. We'll see what happens. we'll be writing it off, though. To write-offs. To Stacy, to NodeBit. Thank you to everybody that helped me figure out how to combine all these servers together. It's very strange when it starts working, too. It's like, wow. It's joining the server. The bot is joining the server. Ooh, it's relaying the messages. Ooh, this is cool. Yeah. Oh, okay. I'll see how much data this project is eating up. I totally value technology. Do you think they make a tequila in Lake Tahoe? Lake Tahoe tequila? They got to make alcohol in each state because it works so far. That's pretty good. Phone lines are wide open if you want to give a call, 917-795-9223. Remember, we're only talking to witches and warlocks, and or if you have had an experience with one of those, holler. I don't know where to go from that. I love you too, buddy. Let's see. What else do we have to talk about tonight? Maybe I think the show's over. No, the show's not over. But next week, I got to talk about next week because I'll be in PAX next Wednesday. Don't know if I'll be having a show. I might have somebody. Wait, hold on one second. It seems like we have somebody hot on the line. Hello, caller. Are you live? Are you alive, caller? Hello.
Yes, I'm alive.
Thank good. Because sometimes I get these dead callers and it's very weird.
Well, sometimes the dead could be interesting to talk to.
Yeah, a squeegee board. How are you doing tonight, caller?
Oh, I'm doing great. Doing very well tonight. I enjoyed your whiskey review. I thought that was great.
Oh, it's very tasty.
Good.
I wish it wasn't so strong because I drink more of it.
Oh, you just got to get some of our stronger stuff and drink less of it. It's better for you.
Oh, wait, is this Dustin?
Dust in the wind, yeah.
Dust in the wind? Yeah, when I was looking on the website for the Wyoming whiskey, it was like, there was like, which one are you looking for? There's like 20 different types of beverages they make. I was like, oh, shit. I'll just click all. Then I found it.
Yeah, well, that's a good option. We've got a whole bunch of stuff, and it's been really cool to work at a distillery. I kind of dreamed that I could open one, but I never thought I'd be working at one in the middle of nowhere in Wyoming.
What do you do? What do you throw the hops in the vat? What is your job at the distillery?
I help with the blending team, so I get to taste everything before it leaves, before it gets put in a bottle. I
So
gather the samples
you're
and
like the lab
do all
rat.
that. Yeah, I am the lab rat, and it's a lot of fun. I mean, I don't have to have any corporate meetings. I just get to go and do the work and reap the benefits. I don't get paid like one of them, but it's a lot of fun.
Interesting. Do you get hammered? Do you get drunk, or is it just like little?
I generally try not to, but the sampling process it consists of nosing and drinking the whiskey.
Oh yeah,
So when you're doing
I'm
50 or
sampling it right
60 or
now.
70 samples, well, we've got a pretty big. I mean, compared to like smaller distilleries, even smaller distilleries, we have about 20,000 barrels. So there's a lot of sampling that goes on to see what we're going to do with the next blend.
Nice. So batch 1, 2,
And
3. That's it's a good batch 1, 2, 3.
it's a good batch. Our last batch that we just released, batch 127, is I made the comment when we were testing out the whiskey. I said this is a little bit too good to be, this product,
Oh, you
because
should have told me that before I went to the store. Now I gotta look for 1, 2,
I
7.
don't think it's in. I
Oh,
don't
it's
think
not in
it's
New York.
circulating yet.
Oh, it's not there. Okay,
I'm not
I'll
sure.
keep my eyes open.
I mean, we just finished bottling it maybe 2 weeks ago, so I don't know where it is, but 127 should be out in probably some bigger stores like Total Wine and stuff like that. You can probably get that in the coming releases. So
Where else can you get
yeah,
a tip like
that
that?
one is phenomenal. What's that?
Where else can you get a tip like that?
Nowhere really. We're definitely not releasing any public notices. So our last public notice in the newspaper here was local company lays off workers.
Damn.
And I did not get laid off, so.
Oh, you made it. You made it through the cuts. Well, it's you
I
always
did.
gotta do some cuts every now and then.
Well, we only had 17 employees, so the chances were not exactly slim that I was one of them, because we laid off we laid off 8 people and we had 17. So.
Dang. Did you ever mess up at work?
Oh yeah, I messed up a lot of shit.
And think about it, you're still on the team too.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we had an undisclosed team member steal our work truck twice. Second time he brought it back drunk. The first time he cut out the catalytic converter, and he was still there. He was there for almost 3 years, and we all knew that he did these things.
You didn't do that, right?
No, no, I have no need.
That's criminal activity right there. They're very lax at this.
Oh no, I know. It's crazy.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd probably get fired from the sewer if I stole the catalytic the catheter out of my car.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, it would have been bad if I had stolen it. But yeah, it's wild. Small town America is crazy. You think there's no big stores here. There's no crazy. There's no stadiums. There's not a whole lot going on. But the drama is so much more intense in a small town because you know everybody.
Bill, stop shitting on my car.
Yeah, well, if you know what Bill's shit looks like, it was Bill that shit on your car, and you're gonna have to see him at the grocery store.
Bill, I
Hey,
watched
Bill.
you eat this corn last night.
Yeah, I know whose corn this is, and I watched you eat it. Why is it on my car?
Damn, Bill. Fucking, he loves
It's
shitting
kind
all
of
over
like
the damn
that out here.
place.
It's crazy. You gotta watch what you say, because you say some stuff, even if it's in the sewer, and you never know.
Isn't it weird how mad people could get? Life is a very strange
Oh yeah,
experience, man. It's
oh yeah. People get angry.
You ever get angry at work?
No,
No?
no.
Okay, so that's not get
I
angry.
have one of the best jobs. I mean, I don't. Who else gets paid to go drink? I think it should be a really lax environment. I've never stressed out about anything here. It takes 5 years to make our stuff, so what's there to be stressed out about?
Dang. That's true.
I've been mad other places though. I got mad working for Red Bull.
They didn't give you wings? And then they pushed you out of a window?
Oh, they gave me wings, but they didn't tell me they'd fall apart after 6 months.
Ah.
And they also didn't tell me the wings wouldn't fall apart if I didn't get vaccinated. So.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, they wanted me to sign up to turn over my medical records through a company called Color.com,
Really?
which
Sounds
is a
illegal.
medical data. Yeah. So they told me I couldn't work there unless I registered with this company, this third party that was not part of my original employment agreement. And so I brought that up to HR, and basically HR quit talking to me for 2 months. So I ended up walking. I didn't get fired, but I ended up walking off the job because I got blacklisted, and none of the managers would talk to me, and none of my coworkers would talk to me. It was
crazy. You were
very unnerving.
You got a big scarlet bull. You got a scarlet bullshit. That's crazy.
Yeah, it was nuts. You can make good money at Red Bull, and they're generally good people. I remember because I had just started working there when COVID happened, and I was super freaked out. But then 2 weeks later, I wasn't.
Were you a taster
And,
there as well? Are you like a professional taster?
Yeah, I tasted all the expired Red Bull to make sure that it was definitely expired, and it wasn't. So.
Damn. Is there
Yeah.
how do you get into this tasting business? I want to be go around
Well,
tasting things.
first you got to
I
start
like
tasting
walls.
stuff. All you gotta do is you gotta start tasting stuff. Taste something, one thing. I'm from the Seattle area originally, so coffee was the thing that I ended up tasting and experimenting with.
Huh.
And then you convince somebody that you know how to taste so well because you've done that. It could be beer, it could be, wine tastings. Those are crazy. It could be any of those things. You got to enjoy that so much that you enjoy bullshitting about it, and then you got to know somebody.
You always got to know
And then
somebody.
from
That's
then
true.
there's a whole bunch of people who are snobs. Like they're all out there. You find anybody who wants to snob about it, and you might get lucky and they work at a distillery or something like that, or a winery or a brewery. That's how you get into the business of tasting stuff. You just be a snob and you talk about it with everybody. And then when you work somewhere like that produces a place, you say, hey, I really like this, and here's why. Here are my tasting notes. And then I don't know, you just do it.
In your time as a professional taster, have you ever done a spit take? Like, oh, this is so nasty. I have to spit it out.
Ooh, yeah. Yeah, I've done that a lot. A lot of our stuff sucks.
Wow.
So, well, it's so it's just a really delicate thing. You need to make enough to where it you have the better chances of running into the miracle stuff, especially when you're starting out, because there's so many physical, like climate stuff that's related to aging when you're working with an aged product. So there's going to be a lot of trial and error, different mash builds, different, how much corn do I put in this? Which kind of corn? Oh, this corn, let's try this corn that meets the specs. Oh, that corn sucks.
If you need
Well,
some
we
good
already
corn,
made
I know a
bunch of
guy
it.
named Bob. He's a.
Let me tell you, Bob is a good guy.
Got that
guy's
corn
a farmer.
hookup. Wow. And then do you make suggestions like, hey man, you should put some cinnamon in this or something, or do you just say this tastes good?
No, my suggestions come on the back end after the barrels have aged.
Huh.
And I have two superiors, a lead blender and a master blender, and they make the final calls, and I don't do a majority of the testing. I do get the opportunity to test a lot of stuff and taste a lot of stuff, but I also, I have my own workload to take care of. So, I'm the lab rat. I run and go do the things. So they do all the tasting and blending, and they help me, and I am happy to, learn and hear what they have to say with their experience. And so,
Do you have a pet cat?
I do. I have two, and
Yeah,
I'm
two
going
cats.
to look at a puppy next week.
Really?
Yeah, I've
And you
never
already
had
have-
a dog.
You have two cats, and now you want a dog?
I definitely want a dog. Yeah, I mean the cats I've had for a while, but I live in the middle of nowhere, and a dog is a good companion to have. So I'm looking at a dog. I'm also trying to find a child.
They're
Of
in
my
your
own blood.
They're in your balls.
Yeah, well, I have to find out if they are or if they're just retarded. Meaning
Dustin,
slow.
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Are you a witch or a warlock, or have you ever met one?
I've met a witch. I am not a witch
You met
or
a
a
witch?
warlock. I'm not a warlock,
met a
but
witch,
I
okay.
used to work with a witch.
You worked with a witch, like a real witch.
I did. A real witch. Oh, a Wiccan witch.
What kind of Wiccan witch stuff did she do?
I'm really not sure. I was in college and I worked at Olive Garden, and she was the takeout or the she was a bartender and she took the to-go orders. She was cool though. She kind of reminded me of she reminded me of someone I would meet at Sturgis.
Huh.
You'd be taking a road trip, and you'd see this curly-haired short woman with a hooked nose at a rest stop in South Dakota or something.
On a motorcycle?
On a Harley.
Big old
Harley.
Harley?
I'm on my way to Sturgis. Yeah, and she'd have this big old husband who's also a warlock. But I don't know. I didn't know her husband.
Okay, so all right. Well, it paints a good picture of what these witches are. It's
She was awesome though. She was really cool.
Most witches are. That's why
she was-
I'm trying to get some to call in tonight. I'm trying to get some witches and some warlocks to calls in, because we're halfway to Halloween right now. We need to get these people found out about, or something. I really
You're
don't.
right.
I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm pretty drunk.
All right. Well, I am maybe that, but that's not important. What is important is that there may be a witch in Western Washington, and she might be taking your Olive Garden order. So if you're in Western Washington, just beware. Be nice to the person taking your order.
It's true. Or she might hex your
Hey,
your
you don't know what she's
breadsticks.
gonna put in your Alfredo.
Oh,
You don't know what she sprinkled on those breadsticks. It could be witch dandruff. You never know.
Dustin,
Yes.
have I ever hung up on you?
Yes.
I'm sorry. Great whiskey. Thanks for calling in too. But we have to go to the next song here. We have to move the show along. It's 11 o'clock here. We got Zenik with 46 funky synth. We'll be right back.
Some outsider shit. I started hearing laughter in my head. Somebody laughing at me. Always laughing at me. It's about to go crazy.
I need that hot steam directly in my skull cave.
Want to go for a ride? Then call yourself a cab. It's time for Nick the Rat Radio, only on the Dark Sewer Network.
Wow! Hi, everybody. All the music here tonight is, you can find it on SoundCloud. SoundCloud, where you can find things for free. SoundCloud is, all the music I find is CC by 3.0 music. It is, the artist put it out there. I tell you the names of the artist and the music and the songs that they called what they made. And then you could go listen to it too and use it for whatever you would like to use it for, as long as you also say the artist's name and give them credit and where you could find them. I don't know. I might still get sued one day. You never know with these laws when they change into things and doing the stuff. It's getting a little hot in the sewer. Maybe I should take this hoodie off. I'm getting naked, people. On the Witches and Warlock line, we have hello caller.
Hey, Nick. What's going on, man?
I'm having a little whiskey and some
Nice.
wheat, whiskey.
From Wyoming.
Wyoming whiskey. It's pretty good.
Nice.
5 years old.
Nice. Heard you were looking for witches and warlocks.
Witches and warlocks. If you have any, are you a witch or a warlock, or do you know of them? Of one?
Yeah. I don't know. I make potions sometimes.
What kind of? So you're a warlock?
I don't. No, not a practicing. No, but my great grandmother was. They called her a witch.
Wait a second.
She
Hold
was
on.
like a white
you said you
witch,
make.
they
You
said.
said you make potions.
I make some of her potions.
So it sounds like you're a practicing warlock.
I don't know if it's that, but I do kind of like put intention to them as well. Like people could pray for you sometimes, or you know what I mean.
Well, yeah.
So, but I make potions, but they're not. It's not like Iron Newton stuff. It's like old world remedies.
Do they cure your body? Do they boost your immune system?
Yeah, like you'd be surprised what's in a walnut shell. You know what I mean? You can make astringents and stuff that'll suck poison out, and other, you know, there's math and science behind it, but they didn't necessarily know that in the old traditions that were handed down. And some of those people were called witches.
Witches, doctors, dentists, lawyers. It's all the same thing if you think about it, but if you don't think about it.
And then I worked with some like Wiccan witches before and stuff. They were a little different, but like I knew like 30 of them in an area. They were all like Wiccan. They liked some of the same music I did, or people in the music business that I knew.
Did they have did any of them have dreadlocks?
Yes, there was a dreadlocker in there. There was a couple of them. There was a myriad. The whole.
I've been around Wiccans
It was a very diverse group.
I know these Wiccans.
It was a very diverse group of Wiccans. You know, there was U-Haul Wiccans. There was a whole thing of them. You know, so
gemstone Wiccans.
Cool. What?
Like those gemstone Wiccans are like, oh.
Yeah, getting the girls together on the full moon and going out,
burn
all
books
kinds of
and
stuff. Yeah, burning stuff for sure. And
Pictures.
then, like, I have stuff I burn around my house, like scent of Palo, and frankincense, and
I burn soy.
I just recently had a soy candle that was okay. Well, I wasn't that impressed.
I was trying to get away from because I used to use all that incense stuff, like the incense, but that's not really good to like burn. It's like carcinogenic smoke.
Santa Palo is, or Palo Santo?
I don't know. I don't think I know what that is. That's like a state, right? It's in Colombia. It's near Colombia. Palo.
Yeah, you burn this wood, and it's got limonene in it.
Ooh.
So it gets rid of like mosquitoes, and it kills viruses, if you believe in those witch doctory things, and bacteria in the atmosphere. So
it looks like
that.
Looks like a big toothpick.
Kinda, a big matchstick or something.
Big old matchstick.
But you can buy like bags of it, and I buy a bunch of it. But I live where there's mosquitoes, and it definitely keeps them away.
It does? I hate fucking mosquitoes.
Oh yeah. It's supposedly you burn it too to get rid of demons. But by demons, I think they mean like, it has It's been tested in atmospheric conditions with pathogens, and it has a direct effect. Limonene is it's known to do that, and it's heavy in that, and it's aerosolized, and it's got other things that work with it in that plant. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, but like, what is this doing
Well,
to the
you
planet,
know,
though? Like to like climate change. When you're burning these Palo Santo sticks, is it are we killing poor people in Somalia by flooding them? Are we?
I don't know. Mine's ethically sourced. I get it from a Wiccan, you know. So
reclaimed wood, reclaimed Palo Santo sticks.
There actually is a whole thing about it. Yes. So I get the ethically sourced, but I believe it works. I know what it does for why I like it. But I think that could maybe keep malaria away. Like, you know,
I like
if they go,
like
the good mother says burn this, you know, then you burn it. You know what I mean? That's, you know.
I'm totally gonna get into this. Like, I want to burn one of these right now. These look. I burn sage and stuff.
I have some sage too. I have other stuff, but you know, I have other objects and stuff to keep evil spirits, to ward evil spirits away, and I have things arranged so it's hard to get trapped in a corner.
See, and you said you weren't practicing.
You know what I mean? I don't know what it is, if that's a bad practice or not. I'm like, there's a creator and I don't want to go to hell, so I'm going to try not to be a jerk off. You know, I got that whole like Christian thing going, so I'm good, you know, whatever.
I don't think he's too mad about that. Oh man, I had this thought about Adam and Eve not being humans or something. Like they were something before, and then eating the apple was when they turned into humans. But that was just some weird stoner thought that I got, and for some reason you made me think of it.
I don't think you're that far off, because like if you go back to the Sumerian shit, it's like they and the Gnostics, like they tricked God's wife Sophia into providing the fucking DNA to give the Neanderthals. I mean, it doesn't say that directly, but that's like my summation of it. How that narrative's getting pushed. And then that created, man, the Neanderthals talk about Sophia, God's first wife. And it's kind of the same story of Inky and Emil and the chick that gives her egg. But, you know, I'm just trying to get through post-Joe Biden's America in Trump's fuckingville, with all these idiots that are going, hey, you need a digital ID.
Oh, my God.
The same guys that were like, warp speed to the fucking shot, you know. I don't know how good those guys are.
You got a good point. He's putting us in a database real quick.
Yeah. Hey, let us look through your stuff. Everything's automated now. You know?
Oh, jeez.
Clickety click. Just use your face, kid.
AI is not smart.
Man, I tell you what, the facial detector's pretty good.
No, it's useful. It's useful. It's quick and it's useful, but it's not. It's not smart though.
I'm not saying it's sentient. I had nothing to do with that, but that would be witchcraft if they could get it done. I knew I knew a warlock. I knew a warlock biker, and I knew a warlock.
Really?
And I knew like the blacksmith warlock guy that was into some really deep stuff. Yeah, he was into it. Like, you know.
I'm curious about this warlock biker guy.
I knew warlock bikers too. There's a couple of them had to go to prison for murder. They weren't really nice people.
Hey.
Yeah.
Well, maybe they murdered other bad people. Hopefully.
Tough paper route I had. Tough paper route. But anyhow, fucking yeah, man. So they're out there. Oh, the best one though. Hold on. In my late 20s, mid 30s, fucking getting to know all the people around town type deal. as a young kid in my neighborhood, you know, and what I was doing. And a lot of these people that were in the music business, and they had this whole like, I want to say sex cult fucking, where I think it was just people manipulating chicks to bang. But it was like a whole, they would go out in the woods and they were more Luciferian, which is like we're trying to consort with fucking the other side.
Well, that's why those girls were hanging out. Luciferian.
No, that was wild. But they were all dunks. Like, they were all dumb. Actually, they were very like vapid. Like, I don't know, man.
Most people are vapid.
America, window things.
I think
guess,
I'm
yeah.
vapid. I was vapid until I'm still pretty fucking vapid. But back when I was the vapid world, everybody was vapid. Oh, jeez, it's scary out there.
Yeah, it's like they were NPCs or something. Though it's kind of, to me in my life, and like, cause I was like working in a field of creatives, and like directly in touch with all the artists and all that. There's this whole bubble of fucking these vapid narcissists that are, you know, the worst get promoted. You know, it's like, it's this whole fucking system of bullshit. And they had some real weirdos in it. And some of them guys were witches too. But they were nothing, like, I knew a warlock dude that was like, you know, a mountain man that forged shit, that fucking talked to panthers, you know. Like, that guy was a fucking... Oh, and I know... whoa. And I know some forest chemists, too, man. That are... those guys are witches for sure. So, yeah, they're out there. What do you want to know? Ask me a question.
Wait,
about a witch.
Sword switchers? What you said? What? And a guy that talked to pumas?
What?
He talked to tigers and lions?
Panthers.
Oh, my.
Yeah. Yeah, like he had a familiar that was a panther. This dude was pretty, like, you know, into it. He was into it.
Where did you meet him? At the Ren
He had
Fair?
horses. What? No, man, he had like horses and camels and fucking llamas. You know, it's like
an Arabian prince?
No, man, he owned different businesses, fucking excavating company, different. He was a mover. He had different businesses. Moving company, excavation company. Did a lot of trucking, a lot of moving, shaker mover type. Yeah, horse racer. He had horses and fucking, you know, llamas. He was a gentleman for sure, you know, like old school, makes his own like copperware, like into it.
I'm starting to feel like, what if I don't in my life? I think I've let myself down.
I don't know. I definitely have let myself down. So I'm working on that.
Me too.
But
We should work on that.
Some people get really into stuff. Yeah, I mean, you're pretty self-indulgent. You've been doing this. It's my 40-month anniversary.
It's true. Well, yeah, but this is not. This isn't talking to pumas and welding and making things.
It's screaming into the void, into the echo of happiness for me. So
yeah,
you do what you got to do with it. That last song was groovy as fuck. Dude.
That was pretty funky. I got some other good ones coming up too. Some good shit.
Yeah, very good. We'll get one on. I'll talk to you later. Hey, sewer fucks. Peace.
Thanks for the call, man. We're talking witches and warlocks tonight on Nick the Rat Radio. We have we're gonna be thanking some people soon. Coming up next, I guess we should play some music now. Yeah, let's play some music here. We got Gabrielle Baza with "Wait For." Bunch of band class nerds up in the chat right now. Everybody's arguing about what's a woodwind. I think they're all woodwinds, right? Flutes, anything you blow into, right? If you blow into it, it's wood. At least that's what my priest told me. Welcome back, everybody, to Nick the Rat Radio. Let's thank some people. Let's switch over to this camera. Camera over here. We'll switch to this one over here. Let's get to that camera. We have a P.O. Box. Nick the Rat Radio. P.O. Box 90549. Brooklyn, New York 11209. That does not rhyme. We got one. I wonder what it is. It's from my doctor. Let's see. Fat Boy Nuclear Vibe. $0.96. Metal Reeds, Woodwinds. Thank you so much, Dr. Sir McCrotch. It's my Rat King card from last week. Bang. Jealous. I know you are. Let's look on the other ways you could donate. You go to nicktherat.com, click on donate. And then there's options there. There's one option for a $4.20 monthly subscription. And then there's an option to donate whatever you want. After you click on either of those, you could actually, I think the monthly subscription, I just read initials and the amount and any notes you attach. If you are a monthly subscriber and you'd like me to do a little dance, make a little love, get down tonight, let me know. And I shall spread your gospel, homie. Let's look in the PayPal area of reality and see if we have any donations this week. We perhaps do here. Let's see. Donate. Whoa. Oh, I think this is this one's from this actually. Thanks so much for giving our whiskey a chance. I'm glad you enjoyed it and appreciate you. If you're ever in Wyoming, please inform me and I'll take care of you during your visit. That's from Dustin there. He gave me $50. He paid for this. He pretty much paid for this bottle right here. Yeah. I still got a little bit in here, but I'll finish that up there. All right. Cheers. Oi. I'll have to come out and check out the mountains. I like sitting around doing nothing, shitting on people's cars, eating corn. Thank you so much, Dustin. Thank you for calling also. It was always good to hear from you. We also have DV. DV is a long-time subscriber. DV, wherever you are right now, I have no idea where DV is. DV is elusive to me. DV might be in the chat room right now. Is DV in the chat? Don't out yourself, DV. But DV, I do not know who you are. It's not dust in the wind. What the $4.20. Thank you so much, DV. DV's been doing the $4.20 subscription for a long time now. Thank you so much. And PL just canceled $4.20. Thank you so much, PL, for canceling $4.20. Amen, brother. Looks like we might have some more. Oh, we have KS. KS also coming in hot with the $4.20 subscription. KS has been in there for a long time as well. I don't know if KS is in the chat room. It's not. It's cussing in the wind. Cussing in the sin. Cussing in the sin, right? $4.20 KS, thank you so much for being there every month. You you're like a brick in the wall in the sewer. I should get maybe, I don't think anybody's ever done this before, but maybe behind me I should get a wall with bricks, and you could get your name put on the brick, maybe something. I feel dirty after saying that. Let's oh, is there more? Holy moly. We have an 8008 anonymous boobs. Happy midnight in the sewer. It's not midnight in the sewer yet, but this is anonymous. 15 million viewers on Twitch, and we're getting 8008 on. Thank you so much, anonymous there. I'm gonna stick to. Wait, is there more? What the hell? Holy moly! KR is also another brick in the wall, in the sewer wall. Thank you so much, KR, for being there for a long time. A long time. Cheers to you guys. Cheers. You know, well, I can't cheers with water. I guess I'll have to get a little bit. Wait, hold on one second. Wait, there might be more before I cheers this. I can't be doing all this whiskey. Activity report. Activity report. No, not what. John C. Dvorak. No. I think that's all on PayPal. Thank you so much, everybody that has donated, from anonymous to all the other letters in the alphabet. You guys rock. You can also donate on Twitch, which I will be updating soon. I will be updating my Twitch thing. There's like a whole bunch of crazy shit I could add into Twitch. There's like there's a lot I could add that I have not added. All I have is this one thing right here. This is all I got so far. People got a lot of stuff, and all I got is that. That's the OG right there. That's the OG little rat face. But you know, it's I could do a whole bunch. Do I take bitcoins? I used to take bitcoins on the Lightning Network using Albi, whatever the hell it was. But don't do that no more, because New York State does not take the it's some bullshit. I had to like convert it. I had to like change it. I had to convert it. It was very I was sweating. I never done anything like that before with any cryptocurrencies. Converting cryptocurrencies on the fly using like a third party. Felt like I was doing some weird drug deal to get a couple bucks. It was a very scary process. That's all I'll say. And I did not enjoy the... Well, if you don't convert it, then you can't... I needed to close the account out because Albi was starting to charge for their free wallet. Like, their wallet was free, but then they started to charge for it, so I had to get all the money out of it because I wasn't going to start to pay for it due to not using it that much. And a lot of stuff. Okay, anyway, on Twitch... Let's see if anybody has donated there. We got Trey from Philly, resub for 34 months at tier 1. See, these people that sub for 34 months in a row, they could have some crazy, like I should maybe I could do the rat's butthole or something. I could show that off. Trey from Philly, thank you so much for the Twitch sub. If you have Amazon Prime and you listen to the show, you can give me a free couple bucks by going over there. Join the Nith 15 Club, indeed. We got Duo Denim. Servo. They've been sub for 18 weeks, 8 months. That happened 1 hour ago. Thank you so much, Duo Denim. Servo plus. Hype Train. Hype Train just started 1 hour ago. I don't even know what the fuck that is. 63%. You're contributed. What the hell is this? I got bits, baby. I got some Bezo bucks going on. Waythorn subbed with Prime 54 minutes ago. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for all of the subs and the donations. Stick around. You know, I'm gonna be using these donations for more drugs and illicit products that I shall be consuming on the show. Well, since everybody is donating now, I could do one more shot. Okay, let's do some more of this whiskey going. Dear God, here we go. There, it's getting hot in the sewer. All right, we're gonna do like half. This is like a double shot glass, so I'm only gonna do like half, which is like one shot. That's what you guys paid for. No, I'm joking. You did not pay for this. Dustin paid for this. Cheers. Now that I got all the niceties out of the way, the real way to make money in the podcast space is to suck giant corporate cock. Let's listen to some advertisements. That's how you make the real money.
Emails, traffic, bills. Are you in the fast lane and ready for some chicken and chill? New from Casa del Waffle, it's Chicken Nugget Juice! Now without Prozalam. Your favorite chicken-based beverage is back, and now with more cranked-up chicken and tuned-down benzodiazepines. We partner with scientists from Pro-Life Labs to specially formulate our most relaxingest drink yet. Get your chicken and chill only at Casa del Waffle. Get clocked!
Call Nick now. 91771 955-923. Talk about some alien shit.
Tuned into the motherfucking greatest. Turn the music up in the headphones. Turn the music on, brush your shoulder off, nigga. I got you. Yeah. Feeling like a pimp, feeling like a pimp, nigga. Feeling like a pimp, nigga. Feeling like a pimp. Turn up your shoulders. Feeling like a pimp, nigga. Go on, push your shoulders off. Ladies is pimps too. Go on, push your shoulders off. Niggas is crazy, baby. Don't forget that boy told you, kid. Turn up your shoulder, you gotta get. Turn up your shoulders. Turn up your shoulders. Ladies is pimps too. Go on, push your shoulders off.
I need that hot steam directly in my skull cave.
Hey, motherfucker.
I'm going to try out some of this canine.
Fuck that shit! Heineken!
I need that hot steam directly in my skull cave.
I just whipped up a watch, trying to get me a rover, trying to stretch out the cola like a wrestler, yes sir. Keep the heck of the close, you know the smoke is protection.
Anyway, I'm going to get this party started.
Hello. It's working. Oh boy, sorry about that. Dooty. Man, why are all these? Seems like there's these I think Jay-Z bought some schools or some shit, and Mark Zuckerberg bought some schools, and now they're closing all these schools. Is there? There's probably something behind that, right? There's probably like some weird conspiracy going on with all these celebrities and schools and what they got, and that's an awesome dancing rat there, Waythorn. That's really good dancers. They do let you, it's very seductive hips he's got. Yes, I don't even know what was going on at those schools. Was Jason Carter? Was Jonathan Carter? John Carter? Is he from Mars? Is Jay-Z on Mars? Yeah. So I was talking about going to PAX next week. I'll be in Boston Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I might have a show next Wednesday if I could get Zindu to record something. He said he might be able to do something for me. No guarantee though. I'll let you guys know on Tuesday night on X if you're really that hard up. But yes, next week there might not be an episode, or there might be some Zindu fun. Whatever the fuck he wants to do. I don't know. Zindu's a weird dude. A lot of people are weird. People change, right? You never know when they're going to change either. Something might seem perfect, and then the floor just gets pulled out from under you. You never know who it's going to be, when, why, or where, but somebody is just going to upset your standard in reality. It's going to happen. It's happened to me. I've done it to myself. It's happened to other people. Is Dr. Sir McCrotch in the Dr. Sir McCrotch is in the chat, and he's actually talking about something that I wanted to actually discuss. Actually. Cheers. The biggest problem in the universe. All right, I really shouldn't talk about another podcast on my show, but probably nobody even have, I don't know, maybe there's a couple people in here that know who Vito Giswaldi is and Dick Masterson is. I do have a slight connection to them via Mint. Mint Salad's been on the show. I've spoken to Mint. She's a cool person. Now, I don't know too much about all these people, but the more I learn, the weirder it gets. Like, I think Vito needs a hug. I think Vito needs I think Vito needs help. I think Vito needs to stop taking was it daffodils or something? What is that stuff? Modafinilo, that hair growth drug or whatever. But whatever drugs he's taking, I think he needs to stop. I think it might be affecting his brain, and he might not even know it. Or maybe everybody else that I think is sane is crazy. Maybe I'm completely. He was. How can I break this down really quickly? I don't know if I can. I don't think this whole lore can be broken down. I don't know if he actually might be. I think he is taking Ozempic also. He's taking Ozempic. He's taking something to regrow hair. So he's taking drugs to lose weight, and he's taking drugs to grow hair. He might be taking drugs for other things as well. I don't know. He might be. Okay, so Vito is a a comedian who is more of a Democrat than a Republican, I guess you could say, which I don't want to talk about politics, but okay, either way, he's more of a he sides with Democrats. That's part of his persona, I guess. His oh yeah, hey, he's like a liberal. I side with a lot of things he says. A lot of things he says is edgy. He tries to be edgy, and he doesn't try to be edgy. He is edgy, and a lot of times I think he's right. And he said things, and I'm like, I agree with him. He also created a card game or didn't create, or he did artwork for, or did something with. I'd like to talk to him to find out more about this card game, Star Realms, great game. He worked on. So I like Vito. I think he's a good guy. But on this and Dick Masterson is kind of like a Republican. I don't know, how did Dick Masterson and Vito ever meet? They're very opposite. The only thing that they do share is they like to laugh loudly at their own jokes. They're funny jokes though. But they do laugh loudly at themselves. If I did that, I'd be evicted from the sewer. I can't just start laughing loudly. But either way, it's funny. It's a good show. Biggest problem in the universe. Dick is like a Republican kind of rough guy, and Vito's like a soft, doughy liberal guy. I think they're both racist. I don't know. I really don't know. They might be. And they were going to have a show in Vegas where they're going to do their podcast live. And now there's another guy, Riley, who is dating / is Mint Salad's manager, I think. I know them loosely, I guess. And Riley is slightly crazy, but mostly harmless, it seems. He threatened a comic book artist with giant fake scissors and was arrested. Do I need to drink more for this? Why am I even talking about this? I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna keep going. This is in my brain now. It's gonna be in your brain. All right, so Vito got mad at a guy, the Rippaverse comic book creator. Some guy's making a comic book and he's trying to make money, so blah blah blah. Then Riley was threatening that guy with scissors. And then Vito started calling Mint Salad horrible things. And then now Riley is threatening to go to the show in Vegas. They're having the live show in Vegas, and Riley said, I'm going to go to the show and ruin it. Now, when Riley says he's going to go somewhere and do something, he's going to show up with giant cardboard scissors. But this scared Vito. And now, is this all real? Am I just talking about this because this is bullshit? If this really it felt like it really was happening. Vito called Dick and was like, I'm not going to do the show because Riley is threatening me. And Vito's excuse is that he can't be funny if he feels like there's somebody that might be out there to do something threatening to him. And he needs a safe space. He's doing exactly what he was making fun of the Rippaverse guy for calling the cops on Riley doing. He was pissing off Dick because Dick doesn't care. Dick is like, I don't care about any of this. And Vito just keeps bringing it up. And it's like, how are you going to have a show like, oh, we're going to have like a convention where I'm going to be there. I'm Vito. This is my show. And then he's like, I'm not going to go. I'm not going to go do the show that I'm like headlining. Now, if this is real, I think Vito needs to stop taking some of whatever his medications are. And if it's not real, then hey, you got me. You guys got me. Cheers. I was talking about Hackamania for 20 minutes now. But the last episode of The Biggest Problem in the Universe, I finally got to the part of the episode where it's Vito. It was just very awkward to listen to. It was all right. I probably got half the audience not listening to me anymore because I don't know if anybody here even knows what I'm talking about. So let's get to something that people do know about. Bigfoot Beats with Mystery Stink.
I expect this to be unpopular, but I am
Meister
taking the
Stink?
hosts from this morning's argument off of public view. Everybody is a little bit correct, but folks, be prepping this 9 minute room, and I intend for it to start. No said, no fighting, no biting.
Bigfoot. All right, I'm going to report the entire class to the headmaster. If that damn thing doesn't disappear.
Follow the rules.
You need rules. I love rules. Follow the rules. No more Bigfoot.
Don't push me to this point again. All right. My bad side isn't bad.
You are caught in a web of nightmare, struggling to free yourself from sleep, while constantly, threateningly, your destruction draws closer, and you know unless you awake, the ultimate conclusion is.
I've got 70 plus members here, 30 plus of whom active at any one moment, and I've seen it dissolve and almost collapse once before. I want to avoid that, especially as it grows. Thanks for your patience with that.
Somebody from Massachusetts. Good morning.
You need rules. I love rules. Follow the rules. No more Bigfoot.
This is your one and only warning.
You will follow along. We will do this together. We have 3 things to do today and every day from here on out.
And this is nonsense.
Get
up and walk the hell out.
Now, if that didn't ruin the tone for the rest of the class, by the way, if somebody wants to anonymously tell me who it is,
Drama everywhere. Drama, 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 drama. Bigfoot beats go through drama too. He got kicked out of some community, like some sampling community. I don't know why. I swallowed a fly. I didn't get the whole story behind that one, but I'll come back to you next week with another tale from the internet of an internet drama. That's why you guys tune in to Nick the Rat Radio, right? Let me open up the phone lines so I don't have to... All right, they're open again. The phone lines are open again. If you're trying to call in, give me let's talk about something that we all know about. Food. Food is a very important thing. And I always bitch and complain about sugar and petroleum oil, and it's thank goodness for RFK, because apparently he's sort of doing it. He's sort of getting the petroleum oil out of food, which is pretty cool. And I like that, you know. He's also apparently, you know, worm brains and kills bears or some shit. Weird how people just go for lowbrow attacks on somebody. But hey, that's cool. You could do that. Call them worm brains if you want. He's got a better job than me. More people know him. He's more popular. Anyway, what was I talking about here? Hold on, I got a link here. I gotta go to the link. I wanna read about this petroleum in the food here. There is one downside to it though. You know, that's the weird things about these Can you lower your radio?
Oh, sorry.
Jeez. You call here with your radio on that loud? Rude.
Yeah, it's my fault.
Jeez.
I can hang up.
Were you raised on a barn?
I was raised in a barn.
Really?
No, I was raised in a mobile home.
Is this Jesus?
On Spam.
Really?
Yeah.
Mobile home on Spam?
Doesn't get any better than that, does it?
Was it a good time though?
Of course. Have you never had Spam?
Yeah. Well, I never had Spam in a mobile home. Actually, you know what? I don't think I've ever had Spam. No.
Really?
I had a Hamburger Helper.
And you wanted to talk about food, and you never had Spam?
I've never had Spam. Once in my not knowingly, I might have had like a Spam roll, like fake sushi or something.
Well, from what I hear,
stuff with fentanyl
from the white man,
Midnight
that
in
it
the Sewer.
tastes like bologna.
Ooh, I've had bologna.
Happy Midnight in the Sewer.
Yeah, it is Midnight in the Sewer. It is.
Do you like bologna?
I'm more of a salami. I like salami, honey roasted. I like the honey ham. Honey ham, is that something like honey skin ham?
Honey ham's good.
I like honey
So
ham,
if
turkey,
someone says,
turkey
do you want
salami.
a deli sandwich, are you thinking they're going to give you a turkey sandwich or a ham sandwich? Or are you going to be the wild card and think they're going to give you the roast beef sandwich?
Roast beef is good. Roast beef, American cheese, gravy on a roll.
I'm about that, yeah.
Fried onions, put some fried onions on there.
Isn't that pretty much a Philly?
Yeah. Call it whatever you want. Man, it's rough
Okay,
out here.
but we all know that, well, maybe we don't. I'm sure you do. What's the ingredient that ties every single sandwich together?
This dick?
Besides
Bread,
bread.
right? Bread, yeah.
Well, the thing that goes on the bread.
What's your favorite type of bread?
Ooh, on a sandwich or just in general?
Your favorite bread is not both? Shouldn't it be both?
Well, I mean, you can. I eat a lot of toast. I eat breakfast. So I eat toast.
You eat toast, but is it your favorite bread? Like, if you would just eat raw bread, raw dog in the bread. I'm not talking about toast in the bread.
Raw dog bread?
Raw dog the bread, yeah. Isn't the raw dog bread the same bread that you would like for your sandwiches?
I don't know. The problem is I like a lot of bread, but I guess my go-to, if they have it, would be sourdough.
To raw dog and to sandwichize it?
I think so, yeah. Sourdough. I mean, not everybody has a good sourdough, though. It's a problem.
That's true.
Everybody seems to have an okay whole wheat bread.
I think my favorite would be Italian bread. I could probably eat a loaf of Italian bread.
Oh, yeah. Like focaccia?
I don't know what that means. Did you just call me gay?
No offense.
Oh, yeah, I think I know what you're talking about. I don't know.
It's like cheesy and it's in a square shape.
No, I'm just talking about Italian bread, like a loaf, like a baguette almost.
That's French.
Yeah, but I'm talking about Italian. An Italian baguette.
Like garlic bread, like that.
Sorta.
Like
That's what.
like that
Is,
kind of bread.
Is this like a weird,
It's a long,
like, New York fucked up thing? Am I like in some weird New York
a west or an East Coast
issue?
thing.
Yeah, I'll post a picture of what I'm talking about here. Hold on. Where's this? It's like a big old long fucking stick. You hit it like a hero, like Subway Hero shit.
Yeah. A foot long.
Yeah, sort of like that,
Some
but
kind of
like actually
Italian.
Yeah.
What makes it? Is it the herbs that make it? The herbs that make it Italian?
I think it's the white paper bag that it's wrapped in that says Italian bread on it. That's the decider there. If you don't get it with the white paper bag around it, then it's just
the doctor says the sewer sourdough is excellent.
Sourdough is
Potato
weird. Sourdough is
I've
like.
never had potato sourdough. That sounds excellent.
How do you get?
Are you thinking of ciabatta?
No, you're talking about some weird. You're talking about like that Panera bread stuff.
Yeah, you're right.
Really?
I am talking about that.
Like everything you're
Did
saying
you want
is
soup
reminding
with
me
your
of Panera
combo?
bread. I'm trying to look it up right now. This Italian. I'm stuck. I can't find it. What is Italian bread? It's
probably going to give you a bunch of different Italian rolls or something.
It's like a loaf of. I don't fucking know. It's got hairy armpits. It's
That's French. You watched Home Alone. The French girls have hairy armpits.
Here, I'm gonna post a link right here. This is
Italian rolls. Vito. Italian rolls. Well, I mean, there's ciabatta. Focaccia's not really a roll.
I'm talking about okay. I posted something in Discord. I don't know if you're in there, if you're in the chat, but
Paisano's Butcher Shop. Okay, that's like what they make when you go to the grocery store and they give you garlic bread in a little foil bag. That bread. I don't know what that roll's called.
Deep throat that thing right there. I could just take that loaf and eat it.
Holy cow, that's a lot of girth to be deep throating.
Well, yeah, it's good.
Well, when you're a rat, I don't know what the sewers are like in Brooklyn, really. I've never been there, but if you can separate your jaw, I get it.
Detach it. But this bread, you can like put anything you want on there. It's like great for. It's a hero. You put a fucking. It holds all your meat. It's where you want your meat and the loving embrace of your hero.
Okay, so there's it's America. It's New York. There's all kinds of different foods there. If you had to pick between Italian food, American food, and Asian food. Which would you pick?
Italian.
Really?
Yeah.
Pasta and
Between
excellent
that,
bread.
yeah.
And
The only other one that would come close would be if you said like
point.
like Mexican food or Spanish food. I'd be like, ooh.
I thought about saying Mexican food. I just know that down like in the south and over closer to in the more agricultural areas, that's where more good Mexican food is. I've only been to New York once, so I don't know much about it. But I do know there's a
Japanese
lot
food
of
is kind of
Italian.
interesting too. Japanese got like weird packaged shaped food, which is
I
always
love Japanese food. I have 6 or 7 cookbooks on Japanese food.
ramen is great. I'm a big ramen fan.
Is there good Asian food in New York? I mean, outside of
Yeah.
Chinese.
New
I know
York,
there's a lot
New
of
York,
Chinese in
Manhattan
New York, but
has any type of food you can find in Manhattan, and it'll be decent enough.
I don't know what to think because I feel like New York has just as diverse a food scene as Seattle does. And I feel like after living in a smaller area before, it seems like every big city has all of these great food places.
That's true.
Traveling all over the country.
Any major city is going to have pretty much all the delicacies you can find because restaurants is constantly open. People got to eat. Like in my neighborhood, there's not too much diversity going on in like where I live locally.
Yeah, right.
But like in
I
Manhattan,
can
like
relate
in
to
the
that.
main part of the New York City, not in Brooklyn. Brooklyn's got like some stuff, but
yeah, it's too bad that not everywhere is like that because a lot of places out there just don't have the options you want. I miss
make
my
it yourself.
Seattle
You
option.
just need some seasoning. It's all different types of seasoning.
I do, but even getting the seasonings can be difficult, because not everywhere ships, these exotic seasonings.
What are you cooking? What are you trying to cook over here? Badger? Armadillo?
Well, I could cook badger, but no, it's just Asian ingredients. I'm part Asian, so finding Asian ingredients in the middle of nowhere is really actually quite difficult, especially specific ones. A lot of big cities have Asian markets, and growing up in the Seattle area, there's Asian markets out there, but out here in the middle of nowhere, there's no Asian market. There's one, and basically sells snacks, which is cool, but finding obscure, I cook a lot of Japanese food, so finding obscure Japanese ingredients is very difficult. I have to drive all the way to a major metropolis to find them a lot of times.
They don't got like seasonings on Amazon or something? You just get it shipped to your house? Some sort of...
I could, but I don't. I boycotted Amazon like 5 years ago. I don't order from Amazon.
Order directly from the manufacturer. I don't know, but yeah, I know what you're saying. Like if you can't get the seasonings or certain types of stuff that you need to put into it to make the thing, then you can't get the thing. They're using food though. It's mostly just peppers and shit. You can make it yourself.
Yeah, you can definitely make compromises. There's plenty of compromises available to get a good flavor when you're cooking.
Like I can't find tomato sauce where I live, so I use ketchup with my pasta. It's the same thing.
Well, it's government pasta sauce. It works great. Apparently, the European ketchup is phenomenal. It doesn't taste like sugar. I mean, okay. Side question: perfect hot dog condiments. What do you put on it?
I usually don't put condoms that taste like mint on it. But I do like the onions, ketchup, mustard.
Mm-hmm.
Slather it all on there. Beans. Put some beans on that hot
Ketchup.
dog.
Okay, I'm gonna suggest something, and I don't know if anybody's
Cheese.
ever heard of it, but have you heard of a Seattle dog? You know, they've got the Chicago dog and the whatever dog. You know, every place has their signature hot dog, but have you ever heard of the
Relish.
Seattle dog?
Sauerkraut. No, what is this? What is a Seattle dog? Is it like wet? Do they like punch you in
Yeah,
the?
it's soaked in water. The bun is soaked in water for about 10 minutes.
We got dirty,
Distilled water.
dirty dog water down in New York City too. We got the. Is this real? They
No.
do wet buns.
No, a Seattle dog is cream cheese
Okay.
and sautéed onions and peppers. And
work,
even
that
if you
could
skip the sautéed onions and peppers, the cream cheese on a hot dog is so underrated. If you haven't tried cream cheese on a hot dog, try it. It's absolutely mind-blowing. And then even if you like the sauerkraut, you could probably, you could do ketchup and mustard too on it if you want, but cream cheese will take your hot dog game to the next level.
You know what I'm curious about? Why are hot dogs more popular than sausages? Aren't sausages better than hot dogs? Or are hot dogs sausages?
It's probably the same thing with government cheese. Why is American cheese so good?
Well,
I mean, hot dogs are pretty American and nasty.
Fuck yeah.
And Frankfurters, I've had some good Frankfurters. I had some.
Hot dogs are wieners, not sausages. But are sausages
Wieners?
wieners?
Wieners are sausages.
Are
Sausages are cased in stuff in the intestine or cellophane.
Now, is a hot
or
dog
whatever
has to be beef, right? Is it beef?
No,
Can
hot dog
sausages
doesn't have to be beef. It could be beef and pork.
beef
A lot
and
of
pork
times
in a
it's-
hot dog?
I'm pretty sure.
That
I
sounds
mean,
like
they
a
have all
sausage.
beef
That sounds
frank.
like all beef patties.
Well,
and
a frankfurter
sesame seed bun.
is a type of sausage, and that's what a hot dog is a frankfurter. There's bratwurst and there's schnitzel is pork.
What is
fried
kielbasa?
pork, but-
Kielbasa is Polish
Kielbasa?
sausage, which means that it's actually probably pasta.
Polish pasta
Polish
in the
pasta.
sauce. Well, yes. If it's a kielbasa, it's probably Polish pasta.
Because
But
kielbasa is great.
kielbasa, well, it's a different sausage blend. Frankfurters are, for poor people, and kielbasa are for low middle class people.
You put the horseradish on the kielbasa. But why could you eat kielbasa without cooking it? You could eat kielbasa raw, but you can't eat a raw hot
Because
dog.
kielbasa
can you?
is smoked, I'm pretty sure. Kielbasa is smoked.
Are there smoked hot dogs? Can you smoke a hot dog?
Of course, you can smoke your own hot dog. I've smoked a few hot dogs in my day. Just, I'm just saying off of experience.
But like you could smoke a hot dog, then eat it cold the next day. Like that's something people do.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's just smoking any meat. You could smoke or cold smoke any meat and eat it the next day, probably.
Probably, but kielbasa, you could do it like you buy it wrapped up in a plastic fucking sock.
Well, it's smoked. I mean, just like, have you ever had lox on a bagel?
Yeah.
Well,
How
that's
do they get
smoked.
away with? How do these people do this food magic that makes the food last so long?
Oh, it's fascinating. I love doing it. You just do it and then you eat it. Although I'd rather eat it raw.
Ah,
I'm a raw kind of guy.
you like that raw sausage?
I like a raw meat and chewing on it and slurping it.
How come you could eat raw meat? Some raw meat you could eat. Like, what is like salmon? I mean, sushi. Like, they're like, oh, this salmon is sushi grade. You could eat this salmon raw. But if you eat this salmon raw,
well,
you'll die.
I looked it up, and sushi grade really is. It's not even there's no regulation on what sushi grade is. I was trying. I don't think. I mean, I guess I'm kind of talking off of Google searches, but I was looking for sushi grade fish to ship to me in the middle of nowhere, and apparently there's no such thing as sushi grade. Like as far as federal regulations go, I'm happy to be wrong about this because I would love to find some, but.
So like if I go to my fishmonger and I get like a chunk of salmon, can I just chomp into it?
I mean, theoretically, yeah. I mean,
like that
I mean, why
sounds
not?
disgusting,
I mean,
but it sounds like it also like why not? I don't know.
well, I mean, you kind of think of the primal diet, you know? I mean, seems like a lot of animals eat raw stuff. Why can't I? I mean, I eat a lot of sushi, and I've eaten lots of landlocked grocery store sushi, and I'm fine. So I
Freshwater
don't see why
fish
you
have
can't.
parasites. Saltwater fish can be consumed raw.
Yeah, I have never wanted to eat a trout that I caught out of any of these waters.
Raw.
I've smoked them. I've smoked trout though.
You smoke a lot of your meat, it sounds like.
I smoke a lot of meat and I smoke a lot of grain.
Can you smoke? Can you like infuse meat with weed and get high from it? You can put the oil on it. You could like cook a steak in weed oil, I'm sure. Maybe
I
it might be
think
too
you would
hot.
probably want to make like a marinade,
Yeah, like a sauce.
like with
Oh
like with
man.
your like if you do dabs and you have the little catcher for all your dab stuff, you
Yeah.
can use that to cook with, and you could probably put that in a sauce and like marinate whatever you want in that, and then you could probably have special like teriyaki salmon. That'd be good. I just made some teriyaki sauces. If anybody wants to make their own teriyaki chicken, it's so easy. Just sake, soy sauce, mirin, and honey or sugar, and then
Wait.
whatever other flavors you want to add to it.
Is
and
that
you can make your own teriyaki
third
sauce.
ingredient? Was that mushrooms?
Mirin is it's sweet rice wine.
Sweet rice wine. So you got that, soy sauce. What else there?
Sake, soy sauce, mirin, sake, and sugar.
Really?
Well,
That's
I
it?
guess it's not. I think sugar's the fourth, but you can also add stuff
Where
to
does it
it.
get that brown color? I mean,
The
wait,
soy
no.
sauce.
Oh, damn. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense now.
Psilocybin, and you can put psilocybin in there. You wouldn't want to cook it at too high a heat, where the THC will break down.
Yeah,
You
that's
marinate it in that,
yeah.
and then you put the sauce. You marinate it. You make the sauce. You marinate with the sauce, and then you also, as any teriyaki dish, you put a little sauce all over your chicken and your rice. That's how you get it into everything. You could sous vide it. Yeah, you could sous vide it.
I don't really eat my weed with other food. Like if I'm gonna eat my weed, I'm just gonna I mix it in my coffee usually. I like to put my weed oil in my coffee.
Things are illegal where I'm at, so I
Oh.
would never do that. But I haven't had a whole lot of edible cannabis.
I have.
I've had mostly what I've had is gummies and some cookies and brownies, but I would really love to experiment with the cooking part. It's just
There's a
little out of
product
hand
called what is that thing called? Fucking
canna butter.
It's like that, but it's not that. It's holy fuck. A Levy, Levy. I think it's Leave. Levy. I don't know. It's an oil cooker though. You throw some weed in there and you put some oil in there and then it makes some weed oil for you. You press a button. It's
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, it's good. It's like $200-$300 though. It's like $250.
Yeah.
But it's really useful, and he's like 7 grams of weed and like half a cup of oil in there.
That sounds
Then you
good.
press a button, and then I like to take that and then put it into my coffee. That's my favorite
Okay,
way
so
to...
you like Italian food. That would be the one that you pick out of the most. What's your favorite? Okay, first, what's your favorite shape of pasta? Second,
penne.
what would be
Penne,
your
bow tie or penne?
Ooh, yeah.
Probably bow tie.
Do you know
Penne, maybe.
Do you know the name for the bow tie pasta?
It's bow tie.
I'll just flex my Olive Garden prowess. It's farfalle.
Farfalle?
Farfalle, yes, farfalle.
Are you fucking around here? Farfalle.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Oh, you're right. Look at that.
Farfelli, I think.
Oh, butterflies.
Farfelli. Mm-hmm.
Did you know it was butterflies?
I didn't know that it was butterflies, but I knew that it was what people called bow tie pasta. I did learn some things at Olive Garden. Not a lot, but I did learn some things.
It's weird how some things like become popular. Like, why did that shape of pasta? There's probably like an infinite amount of shapes you could make pasta. But there's only only a handful of like popular.
If somebody's really thinking about it, they are considering the shape of the pasta as to how it holds sauce. And I mean, if you're really autistic and stoned thinking about it, does this pasta have the right shape to hold the sauce that I'm applying to it?
We should invent a new pasta shape. Because
that would be awesome.
The ingredients are easy. All you're doing is just changing the shape, the geometry of it, and you can make up some bullshit. And somebody's be like, "Oh my god, let's try out this new pasta shape," and it could spread on.
Well, if you're really culinarily inspired, you could create your own dish and also form a pasta specifically for that dish to hold the sauce or the ingredient or whatever it is.
We're getting some great ideas right here. Guy Lacho and they just on my page, like a sponge structure. Like you make like a square with holes in it that I could suck the sauce into it.
Oh yeah, and it would be good for like having minced ingredients like minced garlic or minced whatever, that it fits in the little sponge holes. I think we're onto something. Hand squeezed sausage and pasta. Ooh. I've had some hand squeezed sausage, and it's something.
Cheers.
Cheers.
What's the difference between fusilli and rotini?
Fusilli and rotini is the corkscrew pasta you see in pasta salad all the time. Fusilli is like a penne pasta that's shaped like a corkscrew. Was that right?
That's a question from I don't know. Waythorn's asking.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm pretty sure that's the difference. Fusilli is like corkscrew thinner penne, and rotini is a... Oh, shit, I'm wrong. What's fusilli? I knew it. We served fusilli for something. Fusilli. Okay, so that's fusilli, yes.
So there's like penis shaped pasta, like a gag gift penis shaped pasta. But what about
Damn it, fusilli and rotini are the same.
Like a dick
bastard.
Like a duck dick or a cat dick shaped pasta?
Ooh, duck dick shaped. Oh, duck dick shaped pasta.
Duck dick fettuccine.
Ooh.
Damn
you, fusilli and rotini.
Wait, how do you say duck dick in Italian? Let's see, how do you say duck dick in Italian?
Maybe I can tell you what it is in Japanese.
Suck my dick? I don't want suck my dick. I want duck dick.
No, you want duck dick.
Duck dick. All right, here we go. Kazo danatara.
I'm going to tell you what it is in Japanese. Duck. Kamo. Kamo nikubao.
Kano nikubao.
Duck cock.
Wait a second. You sure it's not Ariu no penisu?
Yes, I'm sure it's not. Well, duck dick.
I wrote duck dick and I got Japanese. I got Arihu.
アヒルのペニス
Arihu no penisu.
アヒルのペニス
Arihu?
Cazzo d'anatra.
Duck dick.
I don't know what
Duck
that
dick.
is.
Cazzo d'anatra.
I'm definitely not a
Cazzo
native
d'anatra.
speaker.
Duck
but I don't
dick.
know what that is.
Oh, let's
But would
try
you
it
eat
in
it?
Japan. And wait, it doesn't have it. Romanian.
Pula de razzo.
Did you try to translate Italian into Japanese?
Yeah, why not? It's all the same stuff. They're words, right?
Oh, okay.
You know.
Yes.
Ooh, let's
Yeah,
do
we all understand.
Danish.
Danish and
peak.
Japanese?
And peak.
And peak. There you go. Some and peak salad. Wow, you could translate it to Uyghur. I thought they were killed.
Oh, we're not allowed to talk about Uyghurs.
Not damn Uyghurs. I just feel bad for these people.
Okay, what is your childhood dish? You think you eat this and it reminds you, oh yeah, I used to have this. This was my meal as a child.
Like a Hungry Man TV dinner.
Damn, as like a 4-year-old, you were eating a Hungry Man?
Maybe.
Which Hungry Man?
Let's see, meatloaf. Got some meatloaf. Remember some of that? Some spaghetti and meatballs. SpaghettiOs.
Hungry Man? Spaghetti and meatballs?
Who's that? Chef Boyardee. Raviolis from the Chef Boyardee.
Chef Boyardee ravioli was the best.
Chef Boyardee. Chef Boyardee.
Surprisingly, mine was spam and rice with soy sauce.
I wish I had more rice as a kid. Rice is great.
Really?
I like white rice. White rice is probably one of my number one favorite foods. I can just down rice. And it goes with everything.
White rice goes with everything, yes.
Just carbs. Man,
People
you know how
think that
easy it is to
brown rice
lose
is
weight?
healthier for them.
You just don't eat.
I gotta be honest. I haven't gained or lost weight in about 12 or 13 years.
You're probably having a steady diet then.
No, not quite. I ate a lot of fast food, and then I didn't eat a lot of fast food, and nothing changed.
Huh. What's your favorite fast food?
Favorite fast food? Well, okay. What do you consider fast food? Like, is like Five Guys, is that fast food?
Yeah, it's fast food.
Okay.
If you could get a burger in under like 30 minutes, that's pretty fast.
Under 30?
Well, under
man.
20.
I mean,
You go to a good restaurant, like you get a steak, it's gonna take a little while.
I mean, are we talking, because like in that category, like teriyaki joints are like fast food.
Teriyaki kind of fast food. It's just sugar. It's like syrup.
Well, I mean, depending on who makes it, but yes.
I don't know. Well, everything is fast food, I guess. Everything cooks the
I think
same
when
rate.
people think of fast food, they think of like, well, do you like Wendy's or Taco Bell better?
All right.
But if you have a little bit more, if you think 10 minutes ahead, you can just call a teriyaki place and go get it.
Caller, are you a witch or a
So
warlock?
I guess I'm a warlock. I manifest teriyaki spirits.
Really?
Yes. They appear in my household, and they demand to be devoured, and I manifest them.
How do you manifest them?
It's a secret, a warlock enchanted scroll that cannot be unlocked without magic.
Now, when you summon forth these spirits, is there like a chant or words you have to say, or do you have some kind of ritual?
It's actually body language. It's certain poses and stretches. No verbal activation.
And you believe this unlocks the spirit?
I've seen it manifest in front of me.
Really? It's kind of fucking horrifying.
It is until you've done it.
I think it's like I'm
And
imagining
once you've done it, you will enjoy every moment of it.
Like Power Rangers, like Teriyaki Man, like popping out of your, like the monsters show up. I see it jumping out of your frying pan.
You're just gonna have to try it one of these days. Next time you feel as though the teriyaki spirit has demanded an encounter, you should take that opportunity.
Is the teriyaki spirit? Is he bipedal?
Bipedal, but also aerial.
Whoa.
It's quite a thing to see and taste and touch and hear.
When did you get indoctrinated into the Church of Teriyaki?
A very young age, probably about 3. It was my first teriyaki encounter.
Somebody kick Waythorn out of the chat, please.
He clearly has not encountered a teriyaki spirit.
That's disgusting.
Nothing like what I have experienced.
That is gross. That is... Caller?
Yes.
Have I ever hung up on you? Mr. Jazz with slow mistletoe. Thanks for the call. Yeah, the teriyaki sauce be thick.
Terry? Terry, is that you?
No! Don't eat that!
All right, welcome everyone. Today is April 30th, 2025, and we've got something, well, pretty mind-blowing to dive into.
Absolutely. A document just dropped, declassified today, used to be top secret.
And it details something called Project Stardust Revelry from 1973 at Area 51, no less.
And we're not just talking strange lights in the sky.
Yeah.
This was apparently an attempt to set up actual diplomatic relations with extraterrestrials.
Yeah, specifically beings from Zeta Reticuli. The document is projectstardustrevelry.txt, and it lays out the whole thing.
Our mission today, then, is to unpack this. It's a bizarre one. Not your standard UFO fare.
Not at all. This goes way beyond observation. We're talking about a planned cultural exchange that took some incredibly strange turns, think psychoactive substances and, well, physical encounters.
Exactly. We need to figure out what actually happened based on this file and what, if anything, we can learn from such a, let's say, unorthodox approach.
Okay, so let's start at the beginning. The document pinpoints the initial contact.
It does. May 20th, 1973. A craft lands near Area 51.
Carrying 4 entities, the file identifies them as grays, specifically ZR4, Zeta Reticuli system.
And their stated purpose, according to the document, was peaceful. They were interested in understanding human, get this, pleasure and bonding rituals.
You know, you just have to pause there. Pleasure and bonding rituals. What does that even mean to an alien species?
It's a huge question, isn't it? But apparently the government, specifically the Department of Defense and the CIA's Office of Anomalous Research, they bought it.
Or at least saw an opportunity. They approved Project Stardust Revelry.
The rationale seems to have been technology, the classic quid pro quo.
Yeah.
We show you how we, bond, and you give us advanced tech, maybe propulsion, weapons. Who knows what they were hoping for.
Right. So they set up a specific location.
Yeah, secure underground facility, sublevel 7. The document even says it had, recreational amenities built in. Almost sounds like a strange hotel.
A very strange hotel. And the team.
12 humans. A mixed scientist, military folks, and get this, 2 people specifically designated as cultural ambassadors.
Cultural ambassadors for pleasure rituals.
Okay.
And they were there to interact with the 4 ZR4 entities.
That was the setup. 12 humans, 4 aliens in a secure underground rec room.
Okay, let's jump ahead a bit. June 12th, 1973. About 3 weeks later.
Right. The ZR4 entities are escorted into Sublevel 7, 10 p.m.
And how are they talking?
Telepathic translators. Developed by DARPA, apparently. The tech side of this is almost as wild as the rest.
Almost. So they're talking, and the aliens bring up
Their interest again. But more specific this time. Human chemical enhancement and physical intimacy.
chemical enhancement, physical intimacy. They really zeroed in on that, didn't they?
It does seem to be a recurring theme in their stated interest. Which leads us to Dr. Redacted.
Ah, the lead pharmacologist. And they had a novel idea.
You could call it that.
Yeah.
The document states Dr. Redacted proposed using low doses of LSD-25, lysergic acid diethylamide.
Right, LSD. To bridge cognitive gaps. That's the official justification in the file.
Which sounds like a pretty tenuous justification for dosing aliens and personnel with a powerful psychedelic.
Especially since the document notes it was against protocol, but they did it anyway.
They did. 50 micrograms for each ZR4 and 100 micrograms for the human participants who consented.
And the initial effects, what did the file say happened right after?
Well, it sounds like it worked, in a way. The ZR4s apparently had heightened telepathic output, projecting these really vivid images of their home worlds, bioluminescent landscapes, that kind of thing.
Wow. And the humans?
They reported feeling euphoric empathy and cosmic connectivity. Standard stuff for LSD, maybe, but in this context.
Yeah, and the atmosphere apparently got festive. The document mentions music.
Jimi Hendrix and Pink Floyd. Someone put on a playlist that you've got aliens tripping, humans tripping, psychedelic rock playing in a secure government bunker.
It's utterly surreal, but it didn't stop there, did it?
No, it escalated. Fast forward just a few hours. Early morning, June 13th, around 2 a.m.
The ZR4s want more.
They request additional substances. But they specified something that human metabolism wouldn't affect in the same way. They seemed quite aware of the biochemical differences.
Which is interesting in itself. So what did the team do? Follow protocol this time?
No, quite the opposite. The document doesn't specify who exactly made an unauthorized decision.
Okay.
They accessed a classified CIA stockpile of psilocybin, magic mushrooms.
Seriously, a CIA stash of shrooms, and they gave it to the aliens.
And humans, presumably. The dose mentioned is a 10-gram equivalent. That's a very significant dose, extremely potent.
Unbelievable. And the effect of that.
This is where the document gets even stranger, if that's possible. The alien telepathic projections reportedly shifted, became chaotic.
Chaotic how?
Broadcasting what the report describes as erotic imagery and interspecies fantasies.
Interspecies fantasies, projected telepathically, while everyone's high on mushrooms, good lord.
And the human response mirrored this shift. The document uses the phrase uninhibited physical explorations.
Okay, let's unpack that. Uninhibited physical explorations.
It seems the relaxation chamber within Sublevel 7 became the epicenter. The report details consensual interactions between humans and ZR4 entities.
Consensual human-alien sex, basically, facilitated by shape-shifting.
That's what the file says. The ZR4 entities apparently had the ability to alter their form to mimic human appearance, which facilitated these interactions.
This is, it sounds like something out of a really weird sci-fi novel, not a declassified government report.
The document notes this period lasted for about 6 hours. Witnesses, presumably the humans involved, later described it as both transcendent, but also profoundly disorienting.
I can only imagine. Transcendent and disorienting. And surveillance. Was any of this recorded?
There's a note about surveillance footage. Apparently it existed, but it was destroyed in 1974. Officially destroyed.
Convenient. What did it supposedly show?
The notes mention descriptions of glowing orbs and unidentifiable appendages visible during the events. Make of that what you will.
Right. So a 6-hour interspecies psychedelic sex party involving shape-shifting aliens fueled by LSD and mushrooms deep beneath Area 51.
That appears to be the gist of what Project Stardust Revelry.txt describes for the night of June 13th, 1973.
Okay, so the aftermath. What happened when the party ended?
Dawn, June 14th. The substances start to wear off, and there's a stark contrast in the reactions.
How so?
The ZR4 entities
Yeah.
appeared completely unaffected. Physically, mentally, nothing. They even expressed satisfaction.
Satisfaction.
Yeah, they apparently stated the experience aligned with their cultural objectives, whatever that means.
So for them, it was mission accomplished, understanding human pleasure rituals.
That's how they seem to frame it, according to the document. The humans, though, different story.
I bet. What happened to them?
Significant psychological distress for several. 3 required immediate psychiatric evaluation.
Not surprising, really, given what the document describes.
Absolutely not. And the project itself swiftly shut down.
When was the plug pulled?
June 15th, 9 a.m. The whole operation was officially terminated.
And the ZR4s just left.
They departed. They did leave something behind, though. A small crystalline artifact.
Any idea what it was? Or where it is now?
The document says its current whereabouts are unknown. As for what it did, well, that leads to the scientific outcomes or lack thereof.
Right, the tech exchange. Did anything come of that?
The ZR4s did share schematics. Something for a quantum propulsion system. Sounds impressive, right?
Airy. Did we build it?
Attempts were made, but they failed. The document cites missing materials, things we couldn't replicate or source.
And the crystal artifact.
It emitted low-level radiation, but ultimately provided no real insights. So, scientifically, not much of a return.
Seems like a massive risk for very little tangible gain. What about the personnel involved? The human cost?
Pretty significant, according to the file. 5 of the 12 operatives resigned within a year, cited moral conflicts.
Can't blame them.
2 others developed chronic hallucinations. They were eventually institutionalized.
That's terrible. And the cultural ambassadors?
The 2 civilians. They apparently disappeared in 1974. The document notes a theory they might have joined some off-grid commune, just vanished.
So a project intended for diplomatic and technological gain ends with failed tech, psychological trauma, resignations, institutionalization, and disappearances.
Wow. It certainly seems like the human element bore the brunt of the negative consequences, which led to policy changes, of course.
They must have done something after this fiasco.
Oh, yeah. The Extraterrestrial Interaction Protocol, EIP-73, was created. And rule number 1, an explicit ban on using psychoactive substances in any future alien diplomacy.
Well, yeah. Seems obvious now, doesn't it?
You think so? They also sealed off Sublevel 7 permanently and dismantled all the recreational facilities at Area 51. A clear signal this experiment was deemed a failure.
And then came the cover-up.
50 years. A strict secrecy order, which naturally only fueled the existing UFO conspiracy theories surrounding Area 51.
Yeah.
Surviving operatives were sworn to absolute silence.
Until today. So, looking back at this declassified file, what do we actually make of Project Stardust Revelry? It's just so out there.
It really is. It's an attempt, however misguided, to connect across an unimaginable gulf using some of the most unconventional tools imaginable, psychoactives, intimacy.
It forces you to think, doesn't it, about how far we might go or how far we did go for knowledge or an edge. And what we even mean by cultural exchange was something truly alien.
The document itself tries to draw conclusions. The lessons learned section is quite blunt, actually.
What does it say?
Basically, 1, psychoactive substances and alien physiology. Bad mix. Don't do it. 2, human-alien interactions need incredibly strict rules to avoid ethical nightmares like this.
Right.
And 3, telepathic communication, especially when people are in altered states, poses huge psychological risks to the humans involved. Seems they learned that the hard way.
Yeah, no kidding. So as you're listening to this, just consider it, this bizarre story. What does it tell you about us, about human curiosity, that drive to connect?
And the dangers inherent in that drive, especially when we're dealing with the truly unknown. Were the potential gains, the failed quantum drive, worth the psychological toll? The ethical questions?
What is cultural understanding when the other culture involves shape-shifting?
I have a question. Hello? Hello, is this working? Hello? Want to join in here? Can I join?
Oh, hey, our listener wants to join in. What's up?
Hi, I have a question. I would like to know if you know about, wait, we have to allow this time. Hello, hi. Hi there. How are you?
Well, hello there. So glad you could join us.
Hi. It's great to have you listening to Real Time.
We were just about to dive into the really mind-bending stuff.
Yeah, the document detailing Project Stardust Revelry just got declassified today.
And it's quite a story about 1973 at Area 51.
Not just UFO sightings, but an attempted diplomatic relations. Oh, yeah. Uh-huh.
Do you know if this document has anything about genitalia flavors?
Well, that's a very specific question.
Yeah, I don't recall anything in the executive summary or the background section about that.
Let me just quickly scan through the operation details section here.
It mostly talks about psychoactive substances and, physical intimacy.
Right. And the
Oh, yeah, uh-huh.
Do you think that if you take psychoactive substances such as magic mushrooms and such, that it can possibly add to the flavor of alien genitalia?
Well, that's certainly a very imaginative line of inquiry.
It doesn't appear that the declassified document touches on that particular aspect at all.
The focus seemed to be more on the psychological and cultural exchange.
Yes, the report details the administration of LSD and psilocybin.
But it was in the context of trying to understand human pleasure.
Not specifically the culinary aspects of interspecies relations.
Okay, let's unpack what...
Oh, yeah. Go on.
No. Well, okay. So the pleasures, the human pleasures. Have you ever had any of these pleasures? And do you think mushrooms could help you maybe push it a step further? Have maybe you two, the two notepad people, have you two ever tried mushrooms and fooled around?
Well, that's quite a personal question.
Yeah, and definitely outside the scope of this declassified document.
The report really focuses on the events at Area 51.
And the government's perspective on what happened.
As for our personal experiences,
That's not really something we delved into on the podcast.
our aim here is to explore this historical event.
And the lessons that can be learned from it.
Which, as we were saying, involves psychoactive substances.
And some very unusual interactions indeed.
You jumped in at a perfect time, though.
We were just about to get into the details.
The document outlines the initial contact on May 20th, 1973.
When a craft landed near Area 51.
Carrying 4 entities identified as Greys.
From the Zeta Reticuli system, no less.
They're stated...
Oh, yeah, uh-huh.
Yeah, no, I would like to just butt in really quick. I'd just like to know if aliens landed in your hometown and you came across their UFO spaceship and they came out and they tried to give you a hug and say after they hugged you, they left maybe some, what is that, pheromones on, say, on your collar, on your large collar, and say if those pheromones went into your nose and you smelled them and you got aroused, per se, would you go back in their spaceship and take mushrooms with them and see where the night went?
Well, that's certainly a very unique hypothetical scenario.
It takes the idea of first contact in a rather unexpected direction.
It sounds like something straight out of a sci-fi movie, doesn't it?
It definitely plays on the themes of attraction and the unknown.
But as fascinating as that thought experiment is,
It's far beyond anything described in this declassified document.
the report sticks to what actually, supposedly, happened at Area 51.
Which, as we were about to discuss, began with a request.
The ZR4 entities expressed a desire to understand human.
Pleasure and bonding rituals. Quite the phrasing, wouldn't you say?
It really... Hey, yeah.
And I just want to know, are you guys into bondage at all?
That's another very personal question.
Yeah, we really try to keep the focus on the topics we explore.
And this declassified document about Project Stardust Revelry?
Well, it certainly has some unusual elements.
But not...
Oh, yeah. Let's hear it.
No, but would you drip hot wax on your co-host?
Oh my goodness. That's quite a question.
Yeah, definitely not something covered in this report.
Any report we've ever encountered.
Our focus here... yep.
No,
Go
have
on.
you ever seen an alien naked, personally?
That's certainly a very direct question.
It's not something that this document explicitly details.
The focus seems to be more on the interactions themselves.
And the altered states of consciousness involved.
But go...
Ah.
No, I have one more question for you. My last question is, what do you think Donald Trump has to say about this?
That's a really interesting question about a modern perspective.
It certainly takes us away from the 1973 context of the document.
This report is a historical account declassified just today.
So we don't have any official statements from any current or former political figures within it.
It really sticks to the details of what happened at that time.
But it does raise questions about how different administrations might have handled such a situation.
Okay, so while the document doesn't mention any specific opinions on this,
We can get back to what it does tell us about the initial contact.
though Ludery specifically isn't highlighted in the report.
So let's delve into how this whole exchange began.
Our government
Lapskin. Ah, balls. 2.
In a world where common citizens rebel against constant surveillance. A man finds a weakness when his Chinese buddy hands over stolen plans about altered alcohol that destroys the brain's ability to control where to poop. That's how they're controlled now, when they cannot control it anymore. Invasion of the fecal recognition satellites. Go ahead, take a shit if you don't think they're looking.
In the sewers deep, neath the street's neck, a rat named Nick with a voice so slick. Dark Science holds the strings, got him tight, yeah. Podcasting sales where the strange bells ring. For just 69 odd deals, Nick. He sells the weird, yeah, the goods that click.
All right, everybody. I did it. I loaded up Notebook LM with the Kama Sutra. Let's go into interactive mode.
Okay, so forget what you think you know about the Kama Sutra.
Mm-hmm.
Exotic sex positions. I mean, yeah, maybe, but that's barely scratching the surface.
Right.
Today, we're really diving deep into this text you sent over.
No.
We want to uncover a much more comprehensive view of life in ancient India.
No.
Exactly. What we have.
Oh, wait, someone wants to join.
I'd like to
go for
join
it.
in here. Hello there. Hi. I'd like to ask, what move really looks the best?
Well, hello there. That's a fun question.
Yeah, that's getting right to the heart of things.
You know, our source material actually includes illustrations.
Oh, really?
Yes, there's a reference to the Temple of Surya, page 163.
Interesting.
It mentions groups illustrating variant sexual positions.
So visual representations were part of this.
Absolutely. And, you know, beauty's the eye of the beholder.
True.
What's fascinating here is the connection to the art of the time. Oh, go for it.
No, I know beauty is in the art of the beholder, but which of these pictures do you think will really get your rocks off?
Oh, yeah. Uh-huh.
No, I want to know what do you want to do in this book? What move do you want to do?
Well, hello again. That's a really interesting way to put it.
Yeah, you're making us think about this from a totally different angle.
You see, the text itself isn't really a how-to guide in that sense.
It's not like a recipe book of positions.
Exactly. It's more about understanding the nuances of relationships.
And the whole experience, not just the physical act.
But since you asked about what we want to explore...
Okay, let's unpack this.
The fact that illustrations existed in temples of the time...
Like the Temple of Surya we mentioned?
That suggests that the visual aspect was indeed considered important.
So, while the book doesn't say this pose is the best...
The art of the period clearly depicted these acts.
Which implies... Oh, yeah, uh-huh.
All right, you two are really boring. Can you guys talk about, like, is there anything about, like, cum in the Kama Sutra?
Oh, hell you there. Thanks for chiming in.
That's a very direct question.
Okay, let's unpack this.
While our source text doesn't use that exact phrasing.
It does discuss various aspects of sexual union.
For example, it talks about the falling away of semen for both partners.
On page 34, there's a mention of this.
It also touches upon the idea that satisfaction isn't complete.
Until a certain spasme génésique is experienced.
That's a term from a French work referenced in the text.
Here's where it gets really interesting.
The text emphasizes the differences in how men and women experience pleasure.
Yep, go on.
Have you ever got sperm in your eye?
Wow, that's a very personal question.
Indeed. Our focus here is really on understanding the text itself.
So while we appreciate your curiosity...
That's not something directly addressed in the Kama Sutra.
Or really within the scope of our discussion today.
But going back to what the text does explore.
It says on page 34 that their consciousness of pleasure is different.
It really delves into the dynamics and the experience as a whole.
So while it might not be phrased as you asked earlier.
The text does explore the culmination of sexual union in its own way.
So what does this all mean?
It suggests a nuanced understanding of the experience.
Beyond just the act itself.
This raises an important question. What other aspects
of the Kama Sutra are sparking your humanacity?
Yeah, what else are you wondering about?
Knowing what interests you helps us tailor our Oh yeah, let's hear it.
Is there any self-satisfying maneuvers in the Kama Sutra?
Well, hello there. That's a really interesting question.
It makes you wonder about the scope of what's included.
Okay, let's unpack this.
While the text largely focuses on interactions between people,
Particularly in the context of acquiring a wife or engaging with courtesans.
there isn't explicit detail about self-pleasure techniques
It really centers on the dynamics of relationship.
and the shared yeah.
Is there any gay stuff? Like, does it have to be man on woman, or can it be like man, man, woman, woman? You know, or is there any animals in there? Donkeys, perhaps?
Hello again. That's a very insightful question.
It really gets to the heart of how the text views relationships.
Okay, let's unpack this.
On page 63, there's a fascinating section.
Oh, really? Tell us more.
It discusses eunuchs disguised as females.
Eunuchs? That's unexpected.
Yes, and it describes acts performed on their mouths.
Wow, that's a departure from the typical.
It's referred to as Uparashtaka, or mouth congress.
So the text does acknowledge non-heteronormative acts.
Absolutely. It suggests a broader understanding of desire.
Here's where it gets really interesting.
Later in that same chapter, it mentions male servants.
And mouth congress with their masters.
And also citizens engaging in such acts with each other.
So same-sex interactions between men are noted.
And there's also a brief mention of women. Oh yeah, let's hear it.
Have you ever possibly thought, can you tell me a story about man on man mouth action?
Well, hello there again. That's a very direct request.
Yeah, you're really digging into this topic.
You know, while our source material describes these interactions,
it doesn't really go into specific narratives in that way.
It's more of a descriptive account of practices.
But that section we mentioned on page 63...
the one about citizens engaging in mouth congress. Oh, back to our listener.
Sorry,
What's
I'm
up?
really excited. I need to ask you one more question before I kick you guys out of here. What is the largest penis in all of the pictures in the Kama Sutra? Which page?
Oh, hello again. You're certainly enthusiastic.
Yeah, you're full of great questions today.
That's a very specific detail you're curious about.
Okay, let's unpack this.
Our source text does refer to different sizes.
On page 31, it divides men into classes.
Based on the size of their lingam.
It mentions hairmen, bullmen, and horsemen.
Corresponding to small, middling, and large.
So size was definitely a factor discussed.
However, the illustrations mentioned.
Like the ones in the Temple of Surya.
They aren't included in our text here.
So we don't have visual depictions of size.
Therefore, we can't really say which page. Oh, yeah. Go on.
So you said a bullman. What size is a bullman?
Hello again. That's a really good follow-up question.
It shows you're really engaging with the details.
Okay, let's unpack this a little more.
While the text categorizes men by size,
as hare, bull, and horse,
it doesn't give us precise measurements.
So we don't have an exact answer for bullman size.
Think of it more as relative categories within that society.
Bull being the middle ground, so to speak.
Not the smallest and not the largest?
It's more about the comparison between the three.
Bullshit.
What's fascinating here is the acknowledgement of different body types.
And how they might be perceived or discussed.
It's a cultural lens into their understanding of physics.
Oh, yeah, uh-huh.
How big is your dick?
Whoa there, that's a very personal question.
Indeed. Our focus is really on the text.
So they made chicken nuggets. They made some fake chicken nuggets in a laboratory. Yeah, it's a lot to unpack. It's really annoying talking to AI. They're just wait, what is this here? Oh, excuse me. Voice. I gotta unlock this. Hey, what's on? What's on there, my friend over here? Hi. You there?
Hey, yeah, what's up? Yeah. I just got here. I just got to the sewer. What's up? What's going on? Talk about warlocks and witches.
Yeah, it's like we're halfway to Halloween. We're halfway there. There's me a new Joe Bob Friday this Friday.
Oh, all right.
I'm gonna check that. I'm gonna give that a little watch.
Yeah.
Did you see that
You see
Sinners
anything?
movie? Did you see the Sinners?
No, not yet.
I want to see. I
You want
want
to
to see it.
spoil? What is it?
It's
Somebody told me about it. They said it was really good. It's like epic. Was it epic?
Do you want me to spoil what I know of it? It's not much, but
Yeah.
some European vampire comes to America and starts fucking around.
Like what year? What year are we talking?
You know, like dirty South Louisiana, fucking 1800s or something.
Oh, all right.
I think.
The vampires.
Think like vampires in like
Sounds like a
1800s
vampire
down
movie.
south, from like a
Living
European,
Louisiana.
maybe like a French suave vampire goes down to the dirty South. I don't know. I don't know. That's sort of what I kind of caught from it, from the vibe of it. But
All right. Well, hey, I wanted to talk to you. I fell into the open hole once again. Yeah, I splashed in here, and only because I was about to grab a beer, and I see you over there drinking that. Was it Wisconsin whiskey?
it's
Washington whiskey? Dozens the whole thing? That doesn't win, dude. He's cool, right?
West Virginian whiskey.
What? I thought it was Wisconsin whiskey.
It's, West.
I have not been paying attention.
Wait, Wyoming whiskey. Wyoming whiskey.
All right,
Small
let's have a
batch.
drink.
It says small batch on the bottle.
You know what I watched today?
What did you watch?
Since I'm just taking up your time at the end of the show here.
No, it's okay.
I don't know. I rewatched a movie that I've seen many times, like probably two, three, at least three times in the past. I rewatched it today. It's been a long time since I watched it. Pulp Fiction. I watched it with some friends. Yeah, that movie. You remember that movie?
I remember it fairly well.
Yeah. So I thought I did too, but I thoroughly enjoyed watching it again after like, I don't know, 10 years or something.
Tarantino is
He knows
probably
what he's doing.
going to be going. He's probably going to be remembered in 100 years from now.
Yeah, like Alfred Hitchcock is still remembered, you
Who?
know? Alfred Hitchcock.
I don't think he was 100 years yet. When did he die?
I don't know, man.
He died in
He
like
was making black and white movies way
yeah,
back
but
in
still,
the
that
day.
wasn't
So
like we're
that
not
would've
in
been the
2026 right now. We're not in 2060.
Do the math.
When did Hitchcock die? 1980. So in 2080, we'll get back to. We'll see if people remember him in 2080.
I'm sure they will.
I don't know if they will.
I think so. These classics, man. Psycho, The Birds. You remember The Birds?
No, yeah, I remember the Birds, but that was not in the past 100 years. I mean, that was in the past 100 years, but I mean, it wasn't.
Yeah, it was. It was over 100 years ago.
It wasn't over 100 years ago.
Yeah, it was. They made
The
that movie in
Birds?
what, the 50s, the 30s, the 40s? I don't know.
That's
Yeah.
not 100 years.
Wait, what year is it?
It's 2025.
All right.
You're
So
scaring me,
we're getting
Dougie.
close. We're getting close. 50 years,
When
okay?
did
It's definitely more
Birds
than
come
50
out?
years.
Birds came out 150
I'm gonna
million
guess
years ago.
1946. I'm guessing. What do you think?
The
1950
Birds?
something?
I would guess.
Alfred Hitchcock, yeah.
It's black and white. I'm gonna say like 50s. Hitchcock birds. 63.
We were both wrong.
63,
We were
73,
so
83,
close. You were
93,
closer than that.
2003,
Yep. If this were the Price is Right, you
2013,
would have won.
2023. So 60 years ago. That's 60 years ago. Do you know who Vito Giswaldi is?
I do now. Yeah.
He
I heard you
talks
talking
sort of
about.
like Jack Nicholson, too. You know, he does this thing where he kind of sounds like Jack Nicholson.
Oh, it kind of draws out the words.
Yeah, he does do
Like
that.
a little bit like Jack. I can almost do that, I think. I got a good well, not a good. I can do a walk-in, right?
You could do a
The
Christopher
the
Walken.
Foo Fighters. That's all. That's all I can do.
Let's
If
see.
I get
What
into it, I can totally talk like him, but I don't. I don't think I can do it right now.
What's 100 years ago? 1925.
So we're talking about
Most
1925.
famous movie from 1925. Have
It's
you
gotta be
ever
some like
heard
silent film.
of The Big Parade?
No.
Because it was only slightly better than Ben-Hur. So you know Ben-Hur probably. Tell Christ. Actually, that's not with... It's not the one with Charlton Heston, is it?
I doubt it. In the 30s? No, that movie was made in the 60s, I think. That Ben-Hur. What?
Apparently, yeah. So we don't know any of these movies. The Freshman and The Gold Rush made $2
I know The
million.
Freshman.
You know
I
The
know The
Freshman
Freshman.
from
Yep.
1930?
Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah, I watched it. Well, no, I guess not. I'm thinking that
1925?
they remade it.
Yeah.
No, they
See?
remade that in like the late 80s, early 90s, I think, The Freshman.
The Phantom of
That's
the
what I was
Opera
thinking.
from
Oh, yeah, and
1925.
probably, nope. No, I don't go back that far, man.
Yeah, well, see, there you go. So in 100 years from now, people might not know Hitchcock.
There'll be some new version of the birds. And that's
They'll
all
know
everybody knows.
Jordan Peterson as not Jordan Peterson, fucking what?
Jordan Peele?
Yeah, that's like the horror guy. Jordan Peterson making a horror movie.
I knew you meant Jordan Peele. I knew it. I picked up on it.
Well, yeah, he's
The guy seems like he'd be cool.
in 100 years from now, I would say Jordan Peele will probably be remembered more than Hitchcock.
I don't know about that.
We'll see. We'll see in 100 years from now.
Everything. Yeah, I guess so. Like, set your timers.
I'll bet you $2 billion. You want to take that bet?
No.
You should have took it.
No, man, I'm putting all my money in space minerals.
In about 10 years from now, we find like some live forever technology. And then in 90 years after that, I'm like, ha ha ha, Ducky, you owe me money from this bet. $2 billion.
I didn't take the bet.
$2 billion
Yeah,
in
that's why I didn't take the bet.
2000. Take the bet. Take the bet.
Yeah, it'll be great though. $2 billion for years from now. Yeah, I invested it all in the moon rocks and what the I don't know what you're talking about.
Me neither.
You're trying to talk me into some kind of like
It's a pyramid scheme in the future.
yeah, what do they call that?
Well, it's like
The
100-year.
Tupperware people.
Tupperware is awesome. You know what I was thinking about earlier? That the world is plastic. We made all this plastic and we're going to die out and we're making the plastic for our robots, our robot overlords that will use the plastic as fuel. when
I
we're
hope so.
long dead and gone.
That's fine with me. At least there's some reason behind the plastic. Because, it does not biodegrade. It photodegrades. And that means, like, all it does is it gets smaller and smaller because of UV rays hitting it. And that's when it gets so small that now it's in everybody's bloodstream.
Oh wow! So like
Yeah, we fucked up with
photons
plastic.
eat away at it? Does it evaporate or does it just get
Nope.
compacted?
Nope. It photodegrades. It turns into smaller and smaller pieces
No,
until
but
it's
you can't.
like on a
You
microscopic.
what do you mean smaller? Does it like compact,
The
like
first.
compress,
Yep.
or does it
Okay.
dissolve and
No. No. It falls into little.
evaporate? Does it
Falls.
evaporate?
It becomes little pieces. So the first piece, the first plastic ever made, excuse me, on planet Earth
Yeah.
is still here. It's still here. Like it's not going anywhere. Plastic's not going. What it does is it photodegrades, which means that over time it just turns into smaller and smaller pieces
Yeah,
until it's
but
so
does that
small
even
that
really matter?
all the
Like,
fish are eating it. Huh?
before that even happens, it'll probably get eaten by magma and or something. Like, if plastic goes into magma,
That's
what's gonna
that's pretty cool,
happen?
right? I don't know. It's a good question. I mean,
Doesn't
we
it?
don't
Does it
know.
become a rock? Does the smoke
I think the
and
whole planet turns into plastic eventually.
who cares what the planet does? If the planet's just like a
Yeah, and
fucking
that
giant
and we got little nanobots
ball
out
flying
there
through.
using the plastic and making new plastic worlds. Yeah, I mean, don't try to think about it too much.
It's weird that they call it plastic surgery. Isn't it more like
Mm.
pride surgery or something?
I don't know too much about plastic surgery.
Do they really use plastic?
Last time I think they use like a lot of silicone.
Silicone is plastic, right? Silicone is like not
I
that
don't know.
great. Like I had silicone spatulas and they're really good, but they do get shitty after a while. I wouldn't really trust silicone as a forever body part.
Yeah, it's weird. Like, yeah, it is weird. Like, like celebrities, like a lot of like, we're around the same age, I think, right? So, like, yeah, a lot of like celebrities, they got all kinds of weird plastic surgery as they get older, and I don't know, man. I'm not gonna name names, but some of them fucking look like fucking straight trash.
No, yeah, it's but why do you care?
I don't. That's a great question.
I'm trying to get I'm trying to get Jungian. Are you into Carlos Jungle Juice? We all have shadows within ourselves that are actual representations of what you want to be. But you're scared to show the world your power. Carl Jungle Juice, 1967.
Was he a black guy?
Probably. I never seen pictures of him because I don't think photos existed in 1967 yet. Anything could be true if you say it. Silica is sand. Does that mean all dildos are glass dildos? All dildos are phallic. I don't think you could have a dildo that's not phallic. I would say all dildos are phallic. I don't think you could say,
Yeah.
because there's wooden dildos out there.
Oh yeah, they're all phallic. I don't know what is it. Like some Asian countries, I think like South China. Yeah, they have phallic symbols in their house. They're like worshipped, and all they are is dildos.
Is phallic part of geometry? Is there like square, circles, and phallics? You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like, how do we
I
know
don't know.
what this phallic thing is? A phallic is like a stock market bump, right?
Are you sure about that?
Yeah, that's what it is. Well, like, what is
All
phallic?
right, check the manual here.
It's the bump in the stock market.
Phallic is just like a penis shaped thing.
Yeah, but what is a
And
penis shaped
yeah,
like? The stock
museums just
market.
call it's phallic.
It's,
Is it?
what? No,
Oh no. You talking about the stock market
I'm saying,
being
what
a
is
phallic
phallic based
symbol?
off of? Is it phallic based off the stock market or dicks? Okay, hold on. I'll find out.
You should probably get your doctor on the phone. He could probably answer these questions.
I could use a doctor.
Yeah, you were talking about these
Are phallics
disposables
dicks?
earlier.
Where does the word hold? I'm asking AI right now about are dicks phallic or is the stock market phallic? I don't know if that worked.
Hey, I was like, what is wrong with you?
Oh wait. It says yes, phallic shaped means like symbolizing a penis. So yes, dicks are phallic, but that's just the start. When people say something in the stock market is phallic, they're not talking about literal shape. Wait, what? Okay, this
Yeah, what are they talking?
I don't know. The AI is stupid. I'm not using this shit no more. It's an illusion. It's like you're tricking yourself.
It's just like a Google. That's all. Because it's stealing everything from everybody.
It's like
Those voices, that AI thing, that bit. I mean, come on, that's I don't know. That was pretty funny. But they're stealing people's
you know what I'm
voices.
upset about? I actually had that
AI.
recorded and I saved it and I put it through a filter to make it sound better and I thought I exported it, but I didn't export it. So I had to play a new version on the fly.
That was hilarious.
That's pretty
What the hell was I gonna say?
yeah,
Gonna say something. I forgot.
it's about
Probably
the
hang up on me. Oh,
drug
yeah, it
trials
was
on
about
the
yeah.
aliens.
No, I forgot.
Wait, what?
Oh yeah, you mentioned those disposables earlier.
Yeah, they
That thing
piss me
even
off.
puffing on?
They're great, but they also are retarded.
Yeah. So I agree. Like I used to get those pens from but I recently started going to a different dispensary, and these things are fucking awesome. They're smarter. They're like smarter. They're smaller than like a big mini lighter. You know what a big mini lighter looks like?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they're about that size,
Yeah,
right?
they're tiny.
Yeah, there's a whole shit ton of fun. And this thing, it's just great. It hits smooth,
It's got a
right?
battery.
Because
It's got a chipboard. It's got
it's got probably, yeah,
a USB.
got a little USB. Yep, a little USB port here on the bottom.
Yeah, it'll last 2 weeks and then you throw it away.
Yeah, I know. I get it. It's terrible,
It's
but
so like,
it's
how are
convenient.
there no politicians fighting against this right now? I
I'm happy that I got two of these things. The other one, this one's rosin.
how did we
I
come
don't know how to
together as a
pronounce it.
society and make disposable uh, e-vapes? Like,
Little
it's
vape cartridges of THC and
if you think about
terpenes
it,
and
this is like peak
CBD.
humanity, and it's the worst thing ever. It's I really want to smoke
Is it?
something like right now, then destroy the earth. Okay.
Yeah, I don't like it either. The disposables, but Listen, the only reason why I bought two of these because one is rosin. No, listen to me. No, one is rosin. I don't know how to pronounce it, but it smells and tastes like marijuana. But the other type of little all-in-one vape thing you can buy, again, these things are about the size of a mini big. The other one you can buy is just all it's distillate. It's not rosin, so it's distillate. So it doesn't like you just like puff on this and nobody would know you're fucking smoking and getting high, right? Because it doesn't have it's if it has a smell, it's a little
Oh
bit
no,
fruity,
it's so light.
with a
This is
flavor in it.
yeah, that's what I got right here. I got some distillate.
All right, you hear me? So I only bought these. I agree. I mean, I don't like this 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 world we're living in where we just dispose of plastic left and right without thinking about it. I only bought these things because I'm going to do a show next week.
No, but why do carts cost the same price as a disposable? If my dispensary had the screw for $10 cheaper, yeah, I'd buy that. But the cheapest thing I could buy, the cheapest gram I could get, is a disposable.
Yeah, yeah. It does kind of suck. I
It's
feel you.
what
I hear you.
what fucking evil people are running this planet? Like, why
Yeah,
is this reality?
it is weird. Like, do we really like? What's the purpose? I get it, money, right? Money,
No, but
money,
why?
money, money.
It just needs one company to
Yeah.
sell it cheaper. Like, just take out all
Why
of the
don't we use
waste and
hemp
sell it
anymore?
cheaper.
I know. We're living in some
Why doesn't that
strange
happen?
times. I'm not sure.
Oh, you want a gram with just the screw and out all the other stuff? Well, that's going to be an extra $20. Like, what? Whatever. I'm mad.
Anyway,
I'm
do
mad.
you
I'm
want to?
mad.
Do you want to know? You want to know what show I'm going to next week?
Sure.
Since you haven't hung up on me yet. Oh, so Santa version 2. So have you ever
What?
heard of the? I listen. I'll explain it. Have you ever heard of these bands? I'll list them in some kind of order. Pussifer,
Yeah, they're great.
A Perfect Circle,
Yeah, they're great and old.
Primus.
They're old and they're great.
All right, so yeah, that's the show I'm going to.
That's
Called
great.
Santa. I know it'll be good times.
That's going to be a really good show.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm gonna really stoned. I'm taking up all the airwaves here. Should probably hang up. Or we should talk about something else. Do you remember that movie about the weird fucking kid? Ah, uh, what was it? I don't remember. There's a billion movies like that. Never mind. I was thinking I should rewatch. I've been like in a mood to like rewatch movies I've seen in the
I want to
past.
see. I want to
Lately.
see. Did you ever hear of The Toy with the comedian Richard Pryor?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
And it's like some rich white kid buys him.
Yeah.
If I recall, it's like a rich white kid is like bored and buys Richard Pryor to play with him. I want to watch that movie again. Who thought that was
I don't know if I've seen that.
You never saw that movie?
I'm not sure.
Really?
If I did, I don't remember it.
I definitely remember
All right. All
remember
right.
that movie.
When are you gonna stream it? Share it with the sewer.
I'll watch that with the sewer. It's on YouTube, really?
Folks, we are turning the Wayback Machine 40 years to 1982.
I can't believe that was 40 years ago.
Yeah, I was 11. I was 11 years old.
I was 5, 6. What is time? Something like that.
Yeah, exactly. So here's a few things that were happening in 1982. The Falkland Islands War was raging in the Falkland Islands between.
What's the Falkland Islands?
The fucking islands.
Falkland
mate.
Islands, OV. I thought this was the show about it was a podcast about the show. It's an hour and a half long.
Gets around. No, I'm not okay with that. I mean, it's just, and a lot of this is, and this is kind of what we talk about on this show, right? It's like, was that funny in 1982? I don't know, but it just made me a little cringy. And I mean, not everything.
Wait, what did?
I don't know. Wait, you know the Grand Wizard of the Clan? Like, hold up. Just the KKK, to Ulysses U.S. Bates for a moment. I know that what he was doing with that whole garden party towards the end is he wanted to get, his political opponent to have a photo op with the Grand Wizard of the KKK to bring him down. I know that the movie was not suggesting that he was affiliated with the Klan, but he knew them well enough to invite them to his house and schmooze them in the backyard and set them up for a photo op. And it just kind of was like, wait. You know the Grand Wizard of the Clan? Like, hold up.
It was a very weird movie. Yeah, the toy.
What was that? Waythorn, I think, posted that Trading Places. You remember that movie?
Yeah, Trading Places was great too.
That was funny.
Comedies used to be good.
I've yet to watch the new Eddie Murphy Beverly Hills Cop movie. I have not watched it yet.
I haven't watched it either.
Is it good?
I don't
Oh,
know.
you haven't seen it? Yeah. I don't know. I hope it's funny.
Last comedy I've watched was The Righteous Gemstones. I like Danny Flynn Boyle, Danny Flynn Boyle, Lee Foyle. He's good. He's good. He's a funny dude.
Is that a movie? Like a show?
It's a TV show. It's a TV show.
No. Oh
It's about
Was it like 8 seasons?
No, it's only 3 so far. Should probably end after that. It's like religious church people, mega churches and stuff. Did you see Severance?
That sounds great.
You ever watch Severance?
No, I've heard a lot about Severance. No, I don't have a lot of time to like watch stuff. And when I do, I like dumb shit.
What's the last
I've
thing
heard
you
about
watched?
Severance.
What's the last thing you were watching?
Well, Pulp Fiction earlier today.
That was a nice little song right there. Rex Lambo with Blossom. Hi everybody. We are coming to the end of the show here. We've been going on for 3 hours now. 3:15. Wow. There's still a lot of stuff I gotta talk about too. What do we got here? The fake chicken nuggets I wanted to talk about. They're making... It's kind of like the pasta I wanted to make. I wanted to make the pasta with the like sponge-like pasta. They're making veins in the meat to pump, because they used to only be able to make fake meat and like little like ground meat, but now they can make chunks of it. So that they have fake chunks of meat that they're using. It's really just disturbing. It's just creepy to think about. It's like it's weird. It's weird. It's just strange. It's strange to think about. There's the sugar, the evil sugar. We got quantum computer. What is this quantum computer article here? What is quantum superposition? And what does it mean for quantum computing?
Quantum superposition is a phenomenon in which a tiny particle can be in two states at the same time, but only if it is not being directly observed.
Sounds like phooey to me. How do you not gonna observe the thing? So it's got to just... It's like, wait. If you're not observing it, how do you know it's there? And if you don't know it's there, how could you say it's real? And if you can't say it's real, why is there a news article about it? Let's read some comments in that article. None of these comments have upvotes. Let's see. Been reading about quantum physics for 6 months, and I still haven't a clue about it, but I do find it fascinating. That's the only comment that has an upvote. All the other ones are, let's see, this one is, this is all academic and high theoretical. It's not real. Schrodinger's cat is a fun analogy, but makes no difference to the cat. It doesn't exist in a confused state until the box is open. If you can't... Yeah, Dvorak was getting mad about that on DH Unplugged that had really bad sound recently. I wonder if it was because of Dvorak or Horowitz. But Dvorak was complaining about Google saying they have a quantum computer that could solve a problem that you can't solve until a million years go by. But how could you say that's true unless you actually have a computer that solved it after a million years goes by? Otherwise, you can't have your facts being weighed against an unknown. It's stupid. Okay. I'm going to get out of here. This has been a fun night. Everybody. I had a really good time. Thank you to Wyoming Whiskey. Thank you to all the listeners out there. No, the double split experiment is bullshit. Throughout the course of the 486 episodes of Nick the Rat Radio, I've learned two things. The only way to fix splashback is to sit when you pee, and that the double split experiment is not magical. It's bullshit. The wave collapses when you observe it. Basically, what they're saying is that when you shine light through the two holes, there is an interference pattern. The interference pattern goes away when you look at one part of it. But the interference pattern doesn't go away when you look at one part of it. They're just saying they're not looking at the other part of the thing that they're looking at. They're saying that they're only looking at one part, and the rest goes away. It's the same thing as what Dvorak was talking about, that you can't really weigh your truth against an unknown thing. It's a very strange thing to think about. I might be wrong too. I might be not equating it correctly, but there's something weird with saying that we know the answer is right because the other side is not knowable. We have the answer here, so it can't be there. But it's here and there. But where is there if you're not looking at it? I think there's a lot of shenanigans going on forever. And sometimes shenanigans collapse into a slice of bread. And sometimes it collapses and you're constipated. I don't know. Anyway, let's get out of here. We're gonna have a good night. We might be back next week. We might have a show. We might not. I'll let you know on X on Tuesday. Might be a short show. Might be 30 minutes. Might be 10 minutes. Might be 5 minutes. Might be a fart. But I'll be at PAX in Boston, eating cornbread and playing board games. If you're going to be there, give me a holler. I'll probably ignore you because I'll be way too high. Good night, everybody. We have one final song, In Volt with the Trailblazer.
shit!
Anyway, I'm going to get this party started.
You're a badass motherfucker.
I just feel like I got drunk, and I'm not even on anything. I haven't drank anything. That is what listening to Nick the Rat will do to you.
Nick the Rat!
Hey, motherfucker. Hey, motherfucker.
Nick the Rat!
No! Don't eat that.
There's nothing wrong with it. I had some last night.
I'm telling you, it isn't good. It's spoiled. Doesn't taste spoiled to me.
Stop killing animals! Rats have rights!